Are we live? Oh, we got thumbs up. It's Justin, thumbs up. Not So Tender Podcast, episode 10. And hey, Mike, you want to come out here and turn this thing off before we're distracted by it the whole entire time? We totally forgot to turn something off. Episode 10. Yep. Can you believe it? 10. I don't know any good things about the number 10. Last week I got scorned a little bit because of 9.
You did?
From you?
From me?
Yeah, I said it's the best German number, and you're like...
Oh, wait. I thought you meant about the episode. I was like, I thought it was fantastic.
10's pretty good.
Yeah.
I feel like they're getting better, too. Mm-hmm. Mike and Justin are definitely doing a better job at making them sound good, look good. We have a special guest today. Her name is Savannah.
Ta-da!
Hello.
Savannah is kind enough to come join us. All right. I'm going to ask Kelly, hard week, medium week, never easy week.
No, it was an easy week.
No.
Yes, it was.
How?
Because I
don't believe you.
Out of state until Tuesday afternoon, and then I went to work for 2 days, and then I took off again on Friday because it was my daughter's birthday.
Holy crap.
So I worked twice.
Those days are easy?
Yeah.
Well, shit.
Yeah, because I knew I was just doing 2 of them, and then I was going to be off again. I was
like, you're fine.
Yep.
You're good.
You're good. You're good.
You're super good. How was vacation?
It was glorious.
What was your favorite part?
The heat. And
really?
The sun. Yeah.
You burn real easy too, right?
Well, I did. I got my base burn for the season, and now I'm actually tan.
You're broiled.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any other crazy trips planned this year?
Mm-mm.
No? What about you? Any summer plans?
No. The biggest thing I have is like Lake Erie.
That's it?
That's it.
The whole lake. She's doing the whole lake.
Boating, that's it.
She's going to canoe out there doing the whole lake. So if you see her from Canada, leave her alone.
Yep.
Poor thing.
That's a good thing. My week was reasonable. I had some visitors. My daughter came in with my grandsons. It was amazing. So that's always good. They got to go to a water park yesterday and wear themselves out.
Fall asleep on the way home?
Yeah.
Yep.
They were tired little dudes, for sure. I remember, like, in water parks now, I can't even... Swimming makes me mental.
Freak me out.
You?
Yeah.
Why do they freak you out?
I don't know. There's just so many people and germs and...
Yeah, it's a lot, right?
And I got PTSD from the wave pool.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
At Jaga Lake? Or at, like, Kalahari or something?
I think it was Yaga Lake. I think.
Did you get taken under? Like,
I did.
Jesus, you're little.
Yeah.
Oh
Did they, like, come in after you?
No.
No. You
I
resurfaced.
yeah.
You're good.
They're like, her sister looks a lot like her. Which one is it? Like, right?
Yeah. I survived.
Yeah, I'm not into swimming.
That was my first job. I was a lifeguard.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're a good swimmer, too?
Yeah. I was on the swim team.
Are we jealous? I'm jealous.
Yeah. I can't even float.
What?
No. I've tried. Can't.
I actually was never good at floating either.
Yeah.
Then a wave pool might be a fucking horrible idea for you. Maybe a life jacket.
I know. I should have.
There you go.
I'd get you a life jacket for sure.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about the germs. Do you know how much chlorine is in there?
Not enough. Not enough.
So much.
Jeez, you come out, you just glow.
So much.
Oh my God. That is a lot of chlorine. Mm-hmm. Well, it's finally raining here. Which is, yeah, we needed it.
Yeah.
Everybody's freaking out. Mm-hmm. Everybody bitches that they can't mow their grass, but they bitch that they have to mow their grass. So it's just a lot of uncomfortableness.
I have a bunch of people that I know that own lawn care services.
Yeah. They're just dusting.
They're
just mowing dust.
They're not making money because they're
Really?
not working.
Yeah.
There's nothing to be done.
They will now.
Yeah.
Mulch.
Yep.
Lots of mulch.
Yeah.
I had some interesting clients this week. I had a young woman who's going through it, and it just kept, and I'm talking to her and her mama, and I just kept thinking back what you say. It just gets really hard when you have littles and they have like a 2-year-old, and it's just bonkers for them. Like, they cannot figure it the fuck out. You know what I mean?
Is it their first?
No. She had some kids from a previous engagement, and he was always a super good stepdad and killing it. And then he wanted one of his own, and then he got one of his own,
and that one's different.
Well,
they're not the same.
I think nothing changed. It probably just her expectations and him changed.
Yeah.
Because, in the back of your head, I told her, I said, did you have like that little file in the back of your head? It's like, yeah, he's really good with these kids, but they're not his. You know what I mean? So my expectations in him are like anything's a bonus, it feels like.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, sure.
But when you have your own, you're like, oh no, motherfucker. Let's go. Yeah, get to it.
He's half you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And he's a beautiful little kid. I saw him before. He's super cute. He's all boy. I saw him at a thing. We were working a show, and he was out there with his little like 4-wheeler or something, like plastic thing, and like he just rode over to all the girls that were dancing, like full. I was like, there you go, boy.
Right.
Hope start saving for child
Wow.
support.
Right.
You
Oh
know.
my
But for real. So we're gonna talk about something today that's pretty interesting. I get a lot of people that come in the shop that are dating. And we need to know the red flags of dating.
I know. I'm curious.
I've had lots of
I'm not
conversations
dating,
with her at the
so-
shop
Yeah.
about dating. Her and her sister both about red flags, and the stories are always funny. That's why I asked her to come on this show, because it's always interesting. And but red flags, and when I think red flags, I know what my red flags are. I'm curious. So we haven't read this. Kind of skimmed over it,
Yeah.
but we haven't really read it. So
Yeah.
I'm curious if any of our red flags fall on here.
Probably.
I'm going to assume
That's
there's
how
a
we
couple.
should start. We should talk
Say
about
what?
our
My red flags?
Yeah.
Yeah, my red flags are drugs
Yeah.
or drinking to an excess.
Okay.
Like if you can't function while you're drinking, or you're in,
Substance abuse.
that's
Yeah.
that's a red flag for me.
Okay. Let's get top 3. Substance
Mean,
abuse.
mean. If you're mean about other people, that's a huge red flag to me. And if you can't keep your car clean, like reasonable, fucking reasonable. If you're busy and you got some shit going on, I get it. But if your car's funky, your life is funky.
It's fine.
So those are my 3, and I could probably throw in about 30,
I know. That's why I was
30
like,
more.
let's just keep it at 3.
3 is good. I'm trying to. There's one other one. If you always lose your debit card, you're problematic.
Who
That's
does that?
me.
She's like, actually.
Savannah, you're problematic. Do you really?
Well, I've left my debit card and my ID at several bars in Kent, but
That's normal.
that happens.
That's reasonable.
It's maybe 6 times.
Oh, shit.
That's so many.
Hoist the flags, boys.
And only,
Hoist the flags.
only once I left my phone. I don't know how that happened, but I got it back the next morning and they fully charged it. So
Really?
yeah,
That was nice of them.
yeah, it was nice.
I mean,
So she's got flag 4 in 1.
killing it. She's like, oh, I thought this was a competition. I thought we had to have these.
Yeah.
I thought flags were a good thing, like flag football.
Right.
No? No. All right, what's your 3? Then we'll go to you.
I would say substance abuse for sure is
Yeah.
one. Not following through is a big one for me.
Really?
Yeah. If you're,
Because it'll make you mental.
I at least want to see effort. Like if something doesn't happen the way that we thought it was going to, or plans change or things like that, but being blown off is a huge thing for me. But cause I'm busy. So if I'm taking time out of my,
So if they say they're going to do something.
yeah.
Okay, not just assuming they're going to do it or expecting them.
No,
but actually
no. If
talking
they're
about
like,
it.
yeah,
hey.
hey, I'm gonna do this this weekend. Do you want to go or something like that? Yeah, just lack of follow through.
All right, that's 2. That's all you got? 2? I doubt that.
No, I don't like liars. I feel like mine are just very vague.
That's
But maybe
pretty general.
Yeah.
I don't like liars. Really?
Probably
I don't know a
because
lot of
I
people
am-
who do. That's
I know.
That's a pretty.
I know, but I guess here's
It's like a pink flag.
no, it's a hard one for me because I am very understanding just by nature, and there's not a whole lot that I couldn't wrap my head around or work through. So if you can't just bring it to the table so we can look at it and talk about it,
Right. All right.
no.
Your turn, Savannah. So when you get your phone back and your ID back, what bothers you?
I would say people who are just can't handle sarcasm.
Oh,
That
sensitive
really,
type. Not
yeah.
really sensitive. That's a bad word. Kids can't take a joke.
Yeah. Or this isn't a red flag that people are so nice all the time, but if you're too nice, I feel like you're just hiding something.
Oh shit! Really? Have you encountered that before?
Yes.
Because I can imagine guys try to play really, really nice.
Yeah.
My friends are brutal. And it's hard when someone can't handle jokes because
Yeah.
it gets
Yeah.
real like, they're like, why would they say that? I'm
know,
like,
I'm like-
really? They're going light. They just met you. Wait till you know them for a year.
Right. You'd be so offended.
All right, so somebody who's not taking a joke, number one.
Probably controlling is another one.
Oh,
Like that
yeah.
just freaks me out.
I could imagine that'd be a problem.
Yeah. I've had issues with that before, and oh my god. It's,
Ends poorly.
yeah.
Do you immediately, when somebody starts to try to control you, are you immediately like,
Yeah.
what did you say?
I either like just like backfire or I just like shut down.
Really? Like
Yeah.
ghost them?
What?
Just ghost them?
Yeah.
Nice.
Until I feel like dealing with the issue again.
We call that Thomas Walling. All right. So no controlling. Can't. That'd be so funny if you're sensitive and you are controlling. Fuck. Jeez. That's
even know.
brutal.
That's horrible.
Yeah, all right. Next one.
I would say like a dirty room.
Yeah.
Cause like, I don't know. I feel like if you're not organized, cause like when in my room it has like one thing on the floor, like I won't think about it. Like I can't stop thinking about it until it's clean.
Yeah.
I don't know. It
You're
bugs
like,
me.
well, I mean, you're always looking for your ID.
Yeah, but I know where it is. I know where
kidding.
it's at.
I'm kidding.
It's just not with me.
Have you always been able to locate it? Mm-hmm. Oh, then you don't count.
It's usually at the same bar, so I'll just message them and be like, "Hey, left my ID," and they're like, "Oh, we have it." But like if I look at the Instagram DM, it's me like 6 times being like, "Hey, I left my card."
By the way, I don't know if you
way.
saw that. I don't know if your Instagram works different than mine, but
This is
I don't know if
why
you saw it.
always reach out.
No, it's gotten to the point where I have like the owner's number now.
I was gonna say,
shit.
when you said I reach out, I was like, I bet she has their phone.
Yeah, she's like, "Hey, Bill, I know you're with the family. How's your grandbabies? No. I know. I got them some zingers. No, it's cool. Can I get my ID?"
Get my card back.
All right, so that's your 3, and that's pretty reasonable shit. I think if you're reasonable, that's all normal shit. Nobody wants somebody. I mean, some people enjoy structure. They'd call it structure
Yeah,
instead of
right, yeah.
controlling. And some people might need a little bit of controlling. I know that might be a little suspect, but some people might need not controlling. No, they don't really.
They need
controlling.
anchored.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. Well, let's go to number 1.
All right.
Dating red flag examples.
All right. So number 1 is, well, we were talking, one of my biggest pet peeves recently. Love bombing.
When someone does it to you,
Just the buzzword that it has
yeah,
become in the
is
attention.
that the new
etiquette.
narcissist?
I'm sure that'll come up. How could it not in
It
these
has
15
to.
things?
So, what does love bombing mean? Let's walk through it.
All right. So love bombing is an overdone signs of affection. So
Early or ever?
early.
Okay.
I mean, that's when it's like the biggest red flag,
Okay.
I guess is what we're talking about. So excessive gifts, excessive calling. It says excessive compliments. Mirroring all of your interests.
Oh,
I don't like that.
Excessive interest in your background.
what is that? I mean, what?
See? Right. Like, so there's
Like, don't you want to know about someone? Like, I'm going to share my bank account with you. I should be like, so have you ever, like, flattened anyone's tires? Yeah, I mean.
criminal record.
Yeah, like.
I know. Well, so here's what this particular source says why love bombing is an issue. So it is saying that love bombing is like bluffing. Like, I want to hook, line and sinker? Yeah. Like,
Reel them in.
that it's fake. It's not genuine. They are trying to win you over so that you will be easier to change later.
But how? Because I could see where that
Easier
could
to
be
influence,
easily
that's what it says.
mistaken.
Yeah.
You know, because if you're trying to get to know someone, you could look at it that way, that it's all love bombing.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because, like, what else are you going to do? Like, I just do what I do. You do what you do. You want to get together Saturday? I don't really care what you did the rest of the week.
Well, I mean, there are people,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, that might be a little odd. Might work. Fuck.
There are women that I've worked with, because this is generally more claimed by women than men. I have heard it, but those girls aren't love bombing. They're just crazy. Like, that's right. Like that. I mean,
agree.
they do the same thing. But there are girls right now that are like, he sent me flowers to my house. Whoa.
Has he been inside you?
Here we go.
Not to be a dick, but I'm sure like if we've, made out pretty hard and I've been to your house. Now, if you've never been to someone's house, that could get creepy.
There was a person that I know personally that was completely freaked out because she was supposed to go out with this guy and they had been talking and they had been planning and trying to figure something out. And he sent her flowers.
He had never been to her home?
He had never been to her house.
But he's probably been in her house.
No.
No, she just said no.
Did she tell him where she lived?
No.
Oh.
What would that'd be a little...
That's a little scary.
He looked her up and sent her flowers. Like, can't wait to see you this Friday, blah, blah, blah.
I guess it's like sweet in a way, but like at the same time, I don't know. I would just be like a little weirded out.
But it's not hard to find somebody's address.
No,
At
it's
all
not.
anymore.
You give me like their first name, I could find their great grandma's house they lived in.
Right. Send flowers there.
Yeah.
So
would that freak you guys out? Depending on how the guy acted?
Yeah. I mean, if she was intending to meet him, I don't know that is a huge red flag. If that was an isolated thing
I'd call him a good problem solver.
Right.
Mm.
But it could be, obviously.
Sure.
But it sucks because for girls, you guys go through a lot where you're always kind of like scared. You know what I mean? Because a guy could be really creepy.
Yep.
I don't have to deal with that very much.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I did have a girl freaking out crying one time and she had a pistol in her purse. And I just remember sitting there like this.
Oh, God.
Fuck. This could go bad. That was the only time it just popped in my head. I kind of forgot about it. But in that moment, I was like...
It's buried in your trauma locker.
Yeah, I put that lid on it and set that mason jar up there. That was the only scary thing for me, but if she sent me flowers to my house, it probably wouldn't be that big of a deal.
Do you see this, Savannah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Love bombing.
Yeah.
You're the prettiest, most gorgeous, most fantastic person ever. And everything that you love, they start to love.
Yeah.
And they don't even know you.
Correct.
And
Is that the hardest thing?
No. I don't know. I just... If anything, like if someone like did that to me like I first met, like that would just make me want to block them.
Just
Yeah.
as you should. I think you should get to know someone. It's one thing to ask you questions like, "Hey, what are you into?"
Yeah.
Hey,
Like that's
What
fine,
kind
but
of color
like
do you like? What kind of normal stuff?
yeah.
This, I think, well, I know. So love bombing is, like, by definition, they are trying to push, like trying to get to I love you sooner, trying to get...
Well, you said mirror, like into what you're into. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I guess I've had that because, girls would be like, oh my God, I love music. Like, who doesn't fucking love music?
Yeah.
Right.
But you don't love it the way and you don't have to. You know what I mean? But like,
Right.
obsessed with the band. And I've been in around bands enough where I've seen girlfriends kind of want to be part of the show more than they should be, kind of. Does that make sense? So that would be mirroring.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So love bombing. But if a guy's just being nice,
Yeah.
why don't you just say you're just not interested in the guy?
I know.
Instead of just having to make it into he's a love bombing narcissist.
Right.
Just tell them to shut up.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
And
enough.
see how he reacts.
Yeah.
Well, there's a difference between like excessive compliments and a female who can't accept a compliment.
Let me ask you ladies this. What would be an appropriate way for a guy to compliment you without it coming across as creepy?
I would argue most days that that's not a thing anymore.
It's not creepy?
No, there's nothing that you can say that couldn't potentially creep somebody out.
Seriously? So, okay, then riddle me this. How would a girl even remotely want to date? Then why would they even have a public social media? You know what I mean? Unless you know someone. If everybody freaks you out, you should probably have a private social media and not accept any messages from anyone you don't know.
Right.
I agree.
Right? Because how else would how does a guy approach a girl these days? I mean, unless you meet him in person, but if he's like reaching out to you online,
Right.
is that a red flag?
Well, but your picture is all they see.
Right.
How are they not supposed to tell
Well,
you
your
that
whole
you're pretty?
life, depending
Right.
on how much you put out there.
Right. Right.
So-
No, I've worked with women that are like, I went to the bar. He told me I had really pretty eyes. That was weird.
It'd be weird if he
was
says,
like-
you have really pretty eyes. I want to poke them out and put them in a box.
Right.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Right.
But like, you have beautiful eyes. Like, why wouldn't you say that to someone?
I
Or
don't
you
find
just-
that weird. I
That's
find-
nice.
Yeah.
It's breaking the ice, right?
They were like, it was awfully specific. Why was he look like at my eyes?
Because that's
Yeah,
where
they
you
were
look
wrong.
at people, you crazy bitch. Are you
Yes.
fucking serious?
Yes.
Where the fuck you want him to look at? You have really nice knees. Like, what?
Great tits.
Oh, yeah.
That would be a whole
Yeah.
red flag.
Your
too.
fucking elbow's crushing it, girl. The fuck is wrong? Like, it don't matter.
I know some people, they shouldn't be dating.
That's
anyway.
professional bitch.
Okay, so the reason this is a red flag, though, to kind of circle back, is
Ooh.
because it is an intentionally manipulative.
Isn't that all a relationship generally is?
Intentionally manipulative?
Yes.
No.
Yes. Bullshit.
They're saying they're
Lies.
trying to win you over so they can push your boundaries later.
100%. That's a relationship. Look up codependent and love bombing. There you go. Most people's relationships. Thank you. Good night. Just kidding.
All right.
Kinda.
Red flag number 2.
Ooh.
They don't respect your boundaries. That's
Listen.
Let's
All
see
week.
what they say. Okay, so
All right,
everyone
go ahead.
has different physical, sexual, mental boundaries. When you begin to date somebody, it's all about exploring these boundaries in a healthy way.
Yeah.
I agree.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
I like the thought of that. That's like going on vacation, everything being smooth. Come on.
Well, and I know, again, so I've seen this where I would definitely say it was an appropriate red flag. So if they've been going out week after week after week and always meeting in public,
Yeah.
I have known women, I have encouraged some of my friends, like, you can't go out with him one more time until you see his bathroom. Stop it. Like,
Yeah.
you can't. What's his refrigerator look like?
Have they made out with
Stop
him?
it.
That was gonna be one of my red flags, is if they have like a horrible refrigerator.
Like for real?
That's probably
Yeah.
one of mine.
Like if
Bathrooms
you
and
open that and
refrigerator.
it smells any type of way,
If there's
I'm
like
leaving.
gunk
Yeah,
that they haven't wiped out.
What if I just barbecued and there was some food in there?
that's fine.
Because there's reason where you look at it and go, oh, that's
That's
fresh
good. It's
barbecue.
new.
But if you have like cheese
you-
from like 2014,
Jesus.
Well, or if like you're under your like veggie drawer and your meat drawer,
Yeah.
has like
I'm always cleaning it now. You
Yeah.
said
pink,
that.
purple, sticky
Sticky.
stuff. Mm-mm.
Listen, my daughter is always with the vegetables for her fucking guinea pig, so that shit is always
believe
getting
it, yeah.
crazy. So I'm always wiping
Just
that shit
get
down.
wet wipes and just wipe it out. All right.
So hold on, boundaries.
Yep,
So when I
boundaries.
talk to people and they talk about this, the whole boundary thing, you have to know your boundaries, and you should probably do some personal inventory in your
Mm-hmm.
boundaries before you bring somebody else into your life. And if every guy freaks you out, or every girl freaks you out,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Most guys don't talk about it as much as girls because
no, they do.
obvious
They just are
reasons.
crazy.
Yeah.
She's a crazy bitch.
That's all they say. She's nice or she's crazy.
Right.
She's a bitch or she's nice.
Right,
That's usually
yep.
the guy's whole perception of it, you
Yeah.
know?
They don't
but-
say she didn't respect my boundaries.
But I could see
She's a
respecting your
bitch.
boundaries as like, hey, I don't, it's getting late.
Yeah,
I need
I
you
was
to
just
go.
I was just
I
gonna
need
say
you-
that.
You know what
yeah.
I mean? I'm ready to
I
turn
work
in.
early tomorrow. Yeah.
That's a good sign that you probably should get the fuck out of their apartment. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah. Or the people that are like, I'm at work from this time to this time, so I might not be able to talk.
And then they're love bombing you.
And then they're messaging and like, hey, I'm sorry, I know that you're busy, but you didn't respond. But like, that's boundary pushing. Like
Yeah.
I said that this is my day.
I love it now. I barely have to even check and see if my phone's on. There's times I'm like,
life.
oh, cool, eBay. Sweet. That's it. All right. So respect boundaries. That's a red flag. No shit. That's a
I
pretty
know.
good
Yeah.
one. Have you ever had a boundary where you tried to set it and somebody just,
Barreled through it.
yeah. So like, I think it was probably like my freshman year of college, going on my sophomore. I was dating someone, and he also lived in like Kent, where I did, and he wanted to hang out like every single night, and I was like, no, like. I want time with girls, like I want to do things, like I don't want to see you every night. And he would get so angry.
immediately?
Yes.
Like, what did I do wrong? Or was he just
Yeah,
mad?
like why do you not love me? Why do you hate me? I'm like, please.
You're like, well,
Well,
Actually, that's another one.
yeah.
That comes down further.
Thanks for bringing that up. That makes this easier. So that obviously didn't last long because of that.
yeah. Well, it lasted 4 years, but
This before she knew her boundaries.
yeah.
Was it an awakening thing where you're like, no, I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do?
Yeah. Yeah,
Do you appreciate when a guy does what he wants to do as well?
I do. Because I need time for myself too. So when they do that, then I feel like good about it.
Do you think some people, well, I don't even have to ask this, this is a dumb question, but I think most people want to be, they really love someone, they want to be around them, but then it's a fear thing. Like if you're out in the wild, somebody can take you, you know? So I think a lot of people need to get comfortable with who they're with and trust them. And that's hard for some people. So boundaries, work on them. Don't torture people with them. If somebody gives you some boundaries, you probably won't get it perfect every time.
Right.
So that's the other thing too. I talked to some clients lately. I've noticed that people don't have any patience, that when somebody they talk about it, they expect immediate results. You're a therapist. Do you tell them like, hey, this might take a while?
Yeah.
They put like weird like timelines on it, right?
Yep.
Like just because I said it, that's the way
Yep.
it's going to be.
Yep. Nope. I think I talk about that a lot because now they're in therapy. So now we are both committed to changing things. So we'll have a session and we'll set some goals, right? And then I'll come back a week from now or 2 weeks or a month later and they're like, well, this didn't change like at all. And I'm like, was there effort? Like, and I have to help them realize
See
that
if there was even a little bit or a
was
lot.
there anything? Was this too big of a jump of a goal? Like, do we need to scale it back a little bit? But I do think that sometimes, specifically when they're in therapy, they're like, okay, but we're both dedicated. So we're going to like crush therapy.
It don't always work that way.
No.
The one lady said that her ex-husband, they went to therapy like 3 times. He's like, this shit ain't working. I was like, 3 times? 3 times.
To the therapy or like
Yeah,
the
3 times.
relationship?
Yeah. But 3 times in therapy, and he's like, nah, this shit ain't working. I'm like, well,
Something's not working.
I mean, that's one way to look at therapy.
Right.
Fuck.
Well-
3?
If he would have said that it doesn't work because they haven't found a good fit, that's a thing.
Yeah, I don't think that
quit.
was the case.
No. He
Good
wants,
fit with his
he
wife.
wants them fixed. They just want somebody to fix them. All right. Red flag number 3.
Number 3.
How do you do it 3?
Do you do it like the Germans?
That's what I want.
Is that why you're testing me? Wow. Yeah.
My brother did this his whole life
Really?
when he was little.
He didn't know. He
didn't
didn't know
know.
he was onto something really cool. Maybe he did.
Think about that.
Wow.
He was like 4.
Set your boundaries with your brother. Oh, shit. You all right?
Just my phone.
All right,
No,
cool.
You don't
good?
need it. You lose it all the time.
Yeah. Just call the bar owner. He's going to be calling Mike. Hey, did I leave my phone at the studio?
All right, number 3. They check in frequently.
Wait, you got
What
to
is
read
check
more.
in? I know.
Like, what's frequently?
It says
You're like, I check out frequently.
Everyone likes to feel cherished. Check-in messages from time to time are appropriate. However, excessively checking in is an early red flag. Oh, sometimes the difference versus unhealthy or healthy. Okay. Do they text you when you're out with friends more than once? Do they get upset if you're out later than they thought you would be?
I hear that shit a lot.
Uh-huh.
I hear it a lot where girls are like, I can't even go out with my friends without him fucking making it so miserable.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, because they all ask me, like, do you check in, Bo? I was like, I'm like, you good? Or like, do you need
Yeah.
anything? Or
Right,
like,
yeah.
you know, but no, like,
Right.
because if I'm out with my friends and somebody's like, hey, just thinking about you, blah, 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 that's cute.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
But if they're like,
Where are you? What are you doing? What are you wearing?
who are you with? I need to see a picture.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Oh, yeah. That's a red flag. When they FaceTime you,
Oh, God.
Really?
they don't even like call
never
like a
had
normal
that.
person.
Yeah, they just
or
wanna see where
text
you're
or
at.
something. Mhm.
Like, why didn't you pick up?
Kids do
Yeah.
that more now because they're FaceTiming more. Like every
As they should. I watched Star Trek when I was little.
what?
Star Trek. Like, we dreamed of being able to see somebody when we talk to them, and now that we do it, we literally text each other. It's the stupidest shit in the world.
That's fair. But no, my son will have his FaceTime open, laying on his
My daughter
desk
does
while
that.
he's playing video games.
Yeah, my
I'm like,
daughter
why?
does that.
Put him on speaker. Like, why
No.
did it? Nope.
No, let them see
Nope.
each other.
And picks it up, walks around. I'm like, he has to be looking at the ceiling.
I
don't know
like
what
it.
understand.
I like it. It's like some Tony Stark shit, like some Iron Man shit.
So weird.
Just like a screen comes up. I'm like, hi.
Weird. But
All right, so if you check in.
Yep.
So I've never experienced that much, but I've heard a lot of girls tell me, and it's mainly dudes doing it.
I've
Yeah.
had it.
Really?
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
had it. I would say it's not mainly dudes. That is a
Girls do
very,
it?
Oh yeah, that's a very
Girls are
common.
honestly probably just as crazy, maybe more.
yeah.
Have you had your friends doing it? Like, what is he doing? What is he?
Right.
No,
He
I
said he
don't
was-
think
You're like,
so.
I'm not
so-
friends with girls like that.
No, but I have had like guy situations with that.
They'll do it.
Yeah.
How many times when you're out with your girlfriends? Because you'll be out for what, 3 hours? 4
Yeah.
hours?
I mean, bars close at 2. That's really like not late, but like it would be maybe like 5 times, and then I would not answer. he would get angry, and then I would get angry that he's angry, and then I would just like not have a good time.
You just ruin it.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never really, but I don't go out much, so I've never really
Yeah.
dealt with that shit.
I have in my past. My
You
ex-boyfriend
used to go
that
out?
used to check in all the
Really?
time. All the time.
Like,
Yeah.
what does that even? I had somebody do it one time, but when I realized I was at the studio, my friend's studio, and when you go to your, like, musicians are really funny. We'll sit and talk about the dumbest shit for 3 hours. Like, we could talk about Eddie Van Halen for 6 hours straight and laugh and have a great, like, we're not drinking, we're not doing anything. We're just literally talking about guitars, Eddie Van Halen, and just stuff like that. And she messaged me and was like, "Where are you at? Blah, 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 blah. You know, or you're probably not even there." Blah, blah. I was like, "What? Like, are you?" But when I realized that she had a really shitty girlfriend and her other friend, they were just really shitty.
Yeah.
And she was miserable. So she just was like, "Where is he at?" Blah, 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 blah.
Just pick.
On my way home, my car overheated.
That's unfortunate.
I'm not joking.
Which, of course it did.
Yeah, right. Sure it did.
Right.
And as soon as I got that message, I was like, okay. I drove that fucking car. It was like bellowing smoke out of it when I pulled into the fucking thing. And I had just bought a new pistol that day too. I walked in, put my book back down, put my pistol on the table, and I walked back out to the car. And the two friends were like, "Okay, we'll see you guys later." Well, because they realized, like, A, I wasn't bullshitting.
Right.
B, my fucking car is overheating.
Right.
Like that. And I was like, don't ever do that shit again. And then I realized after that relationship was over that her friend was definitely poisoning the well. Have you guys ever had that, like, where you had a person that was always miserable and they're like, you let him do that, or you blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I didn't notice how much that affected. And dude, I would work on that girl's car. I'd help her move, you know, because she was just a single, you know, mom. It was, you know, my girl at the time's friend. So I just help her, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
I was like,
right.
really? You're just going to just constantly just throw some tacks under my feet? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a common thing with you guys? You're like, we're not friends with those bitches.
Yeah, well,
Thomas."
I'm not, but it is something that I have witnessed.
They don't want you to be happy.
I think I would like to believe that the negative friend is just jaded and has probably been through something, and they're trying to protect their friend.
Sounds nice.
I know.
I'm going to say that they want you to be miserable just like them.
Wow. That sounds awful.
Checking in frequently.
Well, so, and I think the other thing, because I just was thinking about this, because I said, well, my boyfriend used to do this all the time. This isn't about relationships.
Does your husband know about your boyfriend?
From high school, yeah.
Just kidding.
He does.
I didn't know if it was current. I'm kidding.
He's dead.
He's dead.
He's
Oh,
actually
shit.
dead.
Checking in too many times, motherfucker, you end up dead.
But these are all about dating. Like,
Yeah.
these things in a relationship are
This
just
should be worked out
unhealthy-
before you get hitched.
This is just an unhealthy relationship if you guys are dealing with this. These are red flags as to why to quit dating.
Quit
So-
talking.
Quit talking. Quit talking.
Not if they're always checking in.
I
Shit.
know.
Hey, I'm
Okay.
trying to break. You can't get it out.
They want you to always prioritize them.
Oof. I'm out. I'll see you guys
Prioritize
later.
is such a trigger word for Thomas. Prioritize.
I keep asking girls at the shop about it. I ask guys too, and they just look at me like I just asked them
What
the
are you
stupidest
asking
fucking
them?
question. What does it mean to be a priority in someone's life? And they literally, it's fucking crickets. I said, yet this is so important to you to be a fucking priority, but you cannot even.
Articulate.
My favorite thing is what you say. What does that look like to you? Right? And they can't explain it. And I go, but you want a man to understand that. And I've struggled with this because, look, if you give me a problem, I will try to solve it. And I'm not perfect by no means, but damn, I will try. But if you can't tell me what it means to be a fucking priority, how can I make you a priority?
Right.
The girl the other day that was struggling, I asked her similar questions. And I go, if you can't explain it to me, you haven't explained it to him in a way he's going to understand it. And I go, he's a mechanic. And I go, listen, because he struggles telling her what he needs.
Yeah.
And I said, well, just tell him like this. Imagine if you plugged in your car to a computer and it's not throwing any codes. You're going to search every single thing. And what do you want to just keep throwing parts at it? And that'll make sense. And she's like, I need to record this. But if you can't, like, to be a priority, if somebody tells me they want me them to be a priority to me ever again, I'm just going to kindly say, please explain to me what that means to you. Because I can't, you know, I might think I'm crushing it.
Yeah, I feel like it's different in everyone's eyes. Like, if I'm not doing something correct as, like, to how they would see it, then that's my fault. But then I wouldn't know what that means to them.
Or you didn't even know that you'd offended them?
Yeah.
Or made them feel sad about something?
Or that's worse when they don't tell you, like,
They're
what
just
you
mad.
did wrong. And they just go silent, expect me, like, to read their mind. I'm like,
I like that shit.
yeah.
I'm like this. Cool. Week off. Right?
I know.
Off duty.
I know.
You know, a little
Right.
sign on your cab.
Yep.
Off duty.
All done.
So they want you to always prioritize them. This doesn't change. That doesn't change from dating to marriage
No, I know. Well, so this
or
is
parents.
this is talking
Siblings?
specifically about prioritizing them with your time.
Oh.
So it says early on, you want to make sure that you're not spending too much time with them.
See, that sucks because if you really dig somebody, I want to see you all the fucking time.
If they ask you to hang out more than a few times a week, this isn't a sign that they like you. It's a red flag.
Shut the fuck up. Who wrote this?
I don't know.
Some lady with 30 cats. Sorry. So
I
what?
feel like it could be both because I have definitely been that girl that's like, I don't want.
Okay, demanding and asking.
Right.
Hey, what are you doing later? Do you want to get some food?
Right.
Okay. Hey, I need you to give me some food. Well, you can't. Why can't you do it? That's a red flag.
Right.
If
Well,
you know what I mean?
Asking because you're free. If they say no, okay.
Yeah.
But it is a red flag. And now that I'm saying that out loud, that they're like, he asks me every other day if we can get together.
So, but when you're fucking married, if he didn't ask you every other day to see you, that would be a fucking red flag too. But we're trained to do things that you would want in a
I
marriage.
know. You're trying to show
We're
up.
fucked.
You're trying to show up.
Fucked. You guys are Rubik's Cubes.
I feel like asking, like, 3 times a week's, like, a good amount.
That's fair? Every
But,
other
like,
day?
Yeah. But I do get annoyed when I'm talking to someone and I'll be the one to ask to hang out all the time. Because then I just feel like
Seriously?
I'm fucking annoying. Yeah.
But
3
is it
days a
because you
week.
like them?
Yeah.
Yep, right. See,
If you dig somebody, I would want to have milkshakes with you every day. Like, let's get some
right.
pizza. Let's
Right.
go for a walk. Let's do dope shit.
Yeah.
Ugh. So it could be a red flag if they demand it. Is that better to say?
no, that's not what this says.
Well, fuck them. They're not perfect.
Or if they try to insert themselves into the areas of your life,
What do you mean? Like parts?
like work, your hobbies, this could also be a red flag.
You know, I had somebody say that they showed up at her work and
Ew.
just showed. Right.
That's.
Yeah.
Ew.
It's like drop off food because
Drop
I would
off-
think that would be sweet.
Drop off coffee, but didn't announce it or ask if it was okay. That could be.
I don't know.
And then stayed. Stayed.
Oh.
Was she, like,
okay, well, that's
dismissing him?
weird.
Stayed longer. Like, she did hair.
Oh.
So stayed,
But I was like, the context matters a lot. Okay, so him popping into a hair salon and dropping off coffee is not a big deal.
but staying
Yeah.
for like an hour.
And, like,
That's a
While
long
she was
time.
with somebody?
waiting?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's weird.
Yeah, I thought that was a little creepy.
that's weird.
And you didn't ask. I would never go somewhere
No.
without asking, unless I knew you.
I would just feel stupid.
I can barely go places when I'm asked to.
Right. Well, I guess my thought would be this is where we go back to like when the guy sent my friend flowers. Like, could it be creepy? Yeah. Isolated incident? No. If I dig you and we're going out all the time and you pop into my hair salon and drop off coffee and just say I was on my way to work.
But then you
here's your
keep it
thing.
moving.
Yeah, and then you leave.
Okay, not
Yeah.
hang out for
I
an
know.
hour.
That's the difference.
Yeah. Okay, so that's number 4. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Number 5, they're jealous. Jealousy is a combination of anxiety, insecurity, anger, and fear.
Is that what that is?
That's what it says.
I've never heard it described that way.
Like, early on jealousy, like your
Yeah.
first meeting.
Yeah, that's what they're
weird.
talking
Like
about
dating?
here.
Like early dating?
Early dating or early, like, starting to talk to someone?
I'm going to say both. I mean, what would you consider dating? Like you're being intimate with each other and like
Gosh, there's
going
so
out
many
for a while.
different levels now.
Well, let's
There's
walk it.
so
let's
many.
put a little. Let's get a little baseline here.
Ask the young.
Okay, they're jealous.
Yeah. It says while being a little green with envy in your partner is different. Like jealousy, downright jealousy is not okay.
The fuck does that mean? Let's read these. Okay. If your partner.
They don't want you to, or they don't want to hear your stories of past happy memories that don't include them.
That's a party.
They don't like when you hang out with your friends. They get very defensive when you bring up past relationships or healthy boundaries. They talk bad about...
Yes, all that shit is bad.
Yes. They talk bad about you, your family, and your friends.
Already?
They call you names.
Jesus.
They get angry if someone tries to talk to you in a public setting.
This could be a whole nother list of red flags. That's
Right.
all under jealousy?
Right. I don't feel like them calling
That's
you names.
dicky?
makes you- Right.
That's
Yeah,
what-
right.
What jealousy?
I've seen jealousy in relationships look like, wait, I think you mentioned it, or maybe it was you, but like, what are you wearing?
No,
Like-
no one's ever asked me what I was wearing.
You-
Thomas, are you wearing an Adidas jacket? Probably.
Like, they're good if you go out with your girls, but like in an ideal world, they want to know what you're wearing, because if you're,
Hoochie mama.
they don't want
But that you
people
were
looking at
hoochie
you
mama
like
when
that.
you met him.
Like my one friend, she started talking to this dude. They were talking for like maybe like 2 months. And she was just wearing like a regular tank top going out, and like she just sent him a Snapchat, and he was like, obviously your tits are out because you want attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, that falls
Jealousy.
into that. Yeah, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine talking to a girl like that.
No.
Yeah.
I would block.
You know, because
Yeah.
obviously if a girl dresses a certain way, you should probably know that before you start hanging out with her.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see it on her socials. You could see, especially in 2023.
Right.
Now, if she was like every day wearing a pair of Sperry's and, you know, cuff jeans and a little polo shirt every day, and then all of a sudden 2 months later she's wearing
start
like a Brazilian fucking Instagram model, you'd be like, what the? That would be different because you're like,
Yeah.
Maybe
you
she's
know,
in therapy.
right,
Yeah.
right. But that would be
I
a
fixed
different
her
thing.
insecurities.
Yeah, no, that would be
thinking.
totally different.
Yeah.
But if every day you were just in a, you know, just depending on, because I'm gonna imagine you kind of met them out and about, and you'd see what they dress like.
Yeah.
I'm
And he
uncomfortable if
has,
it dress.
but-
You know, I want a girl like, I won't say modestly, but I can't. I'm not gonna say I would enjoy dating a girl that looked like a prostitute.
Yeah.
No.
You know, for me,
No.
some guys are into it. They like that. They encourage it. Get you some.
My husband often, like, I will try something on and it'll be too short or too tight or something, and he is like in my corner. He's like, "You look fantastic."
Right.
Like it is not too short, and I'm like, "No,
Yeah.
pushing it too much for me."
Jesus is pulling your skirt down.
Yeah, I want to be comfortable, and I'm very aware.
I have to wear long dresses. You know what I mean?
know.
I'm not comfortable with my knees.
Oh my gosh, how are your ankles?
My ankles are
Ankles.
nice, actually.
Oh, yeah.
My knee really hurts, though. I hurt it this week. It sucks. Dude. Ugh.
All right, so yeah, jealousy early on, no.
Yeah, those other things, though, that list again, read those again. So in case y'all missed out, if you have a person doing this
It's the biggest doozy thus far.
that we've read,
They don't want to hear your stories if they're happy, and they don't include them.
So sweet.
I went on vacation this. No, was I
So-
there?
okay, so-
I
No.
don't give a shit.
I have a buddy, and a lot of his stories, he's a good storyteller, but they would revolve around one of his exes.
Sure.
He's kind of stopped doing that as
Yeah.
much because he didn't realize that affected girls as much as it did.
Yeah.
And I don't know where I stand on that because I've heard stories and it just doesn't faze me because if I accept you, I accept you.
Right.
And everything that's stitched into your quilt. I'm not over there with a little tool unstitching
Yeah.
because I can't,
Yeah.
like, listen, I wouldn't want you, like, going, God, I just really miss having sex with that guy. I'd be like, well, maybe you should call him.
Right.
I'm probably going to go now. You know what I mean? But that's a different
Yeah.
story. You know what I mean? But,
Right.
like, other than that, but my brain doesn't, obviously, my brain does not work like,
Yeah. Right.
I can't even think about it because like I can't make you unfuck someone. I can't make you,
Yeah.
you know, if you had a relationship with somebody, why would I be fucking weird about
I
it?
know.
But a lot of people are.
Yeah.
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 Super fun.
But that's
Super fun.
even-
Everybody keep doing that shit. It's great for everybody. It makes for just great times. I'm sure Alcoholics Anonymous would be a lot less full if you guys would quit fucking doing that. I had a funny Alcoholics Anonymous joke today. They had Founders Day
Yeah.
at the stadium.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's huge. It's a big AA meeting, the biggest, you know what I mean? And I got a Snapchat of it. And I said, I bet your beer sales are down. Too soon. She was like,
There's probably
Thomas.
normies through there.
probably drunk.
to put up with the, never mind. Okay. Number two.
I'm kidding.
They don't like when you hang out with your friends. Well, that's because they want to be a priority. Let's go back to number 4.
See number 2.
Yeah. They get very defensive when you bring up past relationships or healthy boundaries. Those two things are not the same.
Who wrote this?
I don't know.
Keep it moving.
Okay. Do you want me to keep going?
Yeah, let's just don't let people do that dumb
Right.
shit. It's dumb as fuck. Be
Sounds
fucking
stupid.
nice.
They make fun of you.
Thanks, Justin. Oh yeah, hey, like and subscribe if you're watching this shit or listening to it. Okay, we need this shit. So like and subscribe. Mike was yelling at me earlier that we don't tell people that enough. So like and subscribe.
Maybe we should pause.
Oh, should we
here.
do a phone number? I didn't even check those today. We could check them when we're here. 234-200-5949. Call, leave a message. You can text it, and we'll text you back, and we'll send you. We'll read your shit. But there's probably some shit on there I need to read.
Oh, okay.
It's a busy day. Sorry.
Okay, so number 6 is they make fun of you. I don't understand. I yelled at my son for this. Him and his little girlfriend were like being assholes to each other in my back seat, just going and going and going. And I was like, be nice.
Yeah.
Be nice. You guys are being mean.
Really
That's
mean?
not flirting.
They hit
Yeah.
each other.
It was making me uncomfortable. Like, she got out of the car and I was like, hey, that's not, be nice.
Right.
And she needs to be nice to you because
It's a lot
I
of
don't know.
sexual
He was like,
tension.
we were just making fun of each other. I'm like,
Yeah, there's like to a certain extent, like you can be like sarcastic and like joking
Yeah.
around, but like when you actually say something, it's just like,
yeah,
yeah.
I've had to learn that because I'm brutal.
that's true.
Look at she's like, yeah, I can imagine. I've learned to calm it down. It was hard.
Yeah, I grew a
Yeah.
filter.
Yeah.
I can also be pretty brutal.
No, get out of here.
Says it can be an early romantic red flag if somebody you're dating makes offhand comments about you, even if they say they're joking.
But when is that? See, I hear that a lot. So, but if you are joking, you're just fucking joking. Like, I don't.
Yeah, it gives examples. It says like about your clothing choices, favorite bands, making fun of career choices.
No,
But
I'm
they
talking
say
about making fun of, like, if you
So
drop something.
different, right?
Like, we recently had somebody fall over a gate at my house, and we joke about it. That's not being fucking mean.
No.
Right.
That's just like, hey, her birthday was yesterday. I go, hey, happy birthday. Look out for gates.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
That's not me, like, making fun. That's like,
no,
okay.
nope.
Just making sure.
Told people before. So when if I karaoke, I never karaoke, but
What?
if I do,
I knew about
I
it.
sing Journey.
You just go hard.
I
huh?
know. I'm just
Oh
going
my
at it.
God. She's like, you make me weak.
But they, like I get made fun of. Like I
course.
have dated people that they're like, Journey will come on or something. It'll be in the background of a movie. Let's be honest, and they'll be like,
That's funny.
"Do you want?"
That's not
do you
being mean.
But no,
And if
but
you
like,
think that's being mean, you
yeah.
probably don't want a guy sending you flowers
right.
either.
No, that's true. It says opinions are different from offensive comments. Sometimes.
Are they?
Sometimes they're different.
Oh,
People can
God.
give their opinions. Oh, but if they're like being intrusive and not allowing you to have their own. Yeah.
That person just
Yeah.
sounds like a shitty person. So this is
know.
if they make fun of you.
Yeah, sure.
And that's
Okay.
if they make fun of you in a shitty
That's
way.
valid. Yeah.
Okay. That's
Okay.
fair. Like what? Your job fucking sucks. Like
Right,
that's
yeah,
shitty.
Yeah, right.
Like that's your mom. You know, like,
Right,
damn,
yeah.
man. Yes, I didn't pick her.
Well, yeah, there's a difference between like making fun of somebody and like real like picking on them.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
yeah, if you don't like the way they dress, then like don't date them, or like maybe
Shit.
don't wear their clothes. Like you don't
Yeah.
have to wear their clothes. You know,
That
like
would be
it's.
very awkward for me.
But like I've had that where somebody will like say something. I'm like, good thing
Well,
you
I
don't
thought you were
have
gonna
to
say you had to wear your
Yeah.
clothes. I was like,
Hey,
Let's hear about
listen,
that.
No,
Let's
that's
go
another
in the-
episode.
Oh,
Just
Jesus.
kidding.
Episode.
Oh, number 7. This is a big one, and I will agree with this one. If all of their exes are crazy,
no, that just means
that it's a red flag.
no.
Yes, it
No.
is. Yes,
No,
it
my
is.
God, no.
Yes, it is.
I'm kidding. Listen,
Yeah.
if every guy you date is crazy and every girl you date is crazy and all your kids' moms are crazy and all your
And the
kids'
problem
dads
is
are crazy.
probably them.
Yes. So have you dealt with that?
Not really. No.
You're like, I don't talk to him. She's like,
When she's still young,
Click.
how many crazy exes do they have?
just a couple.
I mean, The last guy I was talking to, his ex, he would have her blocked and everything, but she would message him through TikTok. Still, after like a year and a half.
Wow.
Yeah. But like at that point, that's sad. Like that's
Right.
you need.
That's a her
Help.
problem.
Yeah.
Right. Let it go.
Yeah.
Give her my number.
Right. Don't give her mine.
I'll help her through that.
Nope.
But no, so I would say like this, that's a red flag for me. Your picker's
How you
broken.
talk about them. I say this all the time. If you say, "Hey, it didn't work out. We went through some crazy shit. I wish her well." That's okay. But if you're like, "Oh, she's a fucking bitch," or "He's a fucking piece of shit," you're talking very horribly about someone. And if you allow somebody, but I talked to a girl the other day, and I said, "Do you guys look at it like, nah, that's that bitch. That ain't me. He ain't gonna talk to me. That's her. She's fucking crazy." I'm like, yes, he will.
Yeah.
Because if he's shitty to someone, he's gonna be shitty to you.
Yeah.
I mean, legitimately, like being abusive,
Right,
like when I
yeah.
say abusive,
Being a
like
dick,
she's a
right.
fucking bitch or he's a fucking piece of shit. Like you can only say that so much before I go, so you fuck pieces of shit.
Right.
Yeah.
You let pieces of shit put things inside you. Like
Yeah.
that's what I hear. I don't hear
yeah.
he's horrible. I hear you make bad decisions and
Yeah.
now I have to deal with them.
Yeah.
Great. This sounds fucking awesome.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah, I would say
If
that's
every
a-
job you have is shitty, it's you.
Yeah.
Every job you have can't be shitty.
Right.
I'm sorry. Like
Right.
it's
You
a
just make it shitty.
Right.
Right. And I don't resonate with those people. If every day is a complaint, and that's basically what you're saying, that follows up to all that shit. Because if all your jobs suck, all your family sucks, everybody, like, you're
Then
problematic.
you probably suck.
Right.
You-
You are a red flag.
Yeah.
Red
Right.
flag like this
A
jacket.
walking red flag.
Or a good jacket for this conversation today.
Oh, nice. Okay, number 8. I have mixed feelings. Let's see what they have to say. They don't have very many friends.
What does that mean?
That's a red flag.
Could be.
Could
Do they
be,
not have
could
many
be.
friends because they don't trust anybody? Everybody's out to fuck me.
That's a red flag.
That's
Paranoid.
Yeah, that's a bad one. If they don't have many friends because they moved here, no,
Nope.
they just moved here.
No.
If they don't have any friends because they just got out of prison, maybe.
Maybe red flag.
Um,
I don't know that the friends is the red flag.
right. I mean, there could be some reasons why you don't have a lot of friends. They could be like, you know what? I have a couple really good friends that I've had for a long time,
Yeah.
and I don't need a lot of fucking
I
friends.
feel like knowing more people, like knowing a crap ton of people, is more of a red flag
Ooh,
than knowing a few.
like having too many friends.
Yeah, because I have like
Maybe
maybe
like a
like
fuckboy.
5 close
You just-
friends,
yeah.
and like
They're solid.
Yeah.
That would make more sense if you have too many friends.
yeah.
Yeah.
That would
Like,
freak
where
me
the
out
fuck do you
more.
meet all these people?
Yeah, and you
Like,
just let
where you
anybody hang
going?
All
out.
of them. Right.
Yeah.
When are
makes-
you ever home?
Never home, because that's why their refrigerator looks so horrible.
Yeah.
That's true.
They're out with their 300 friends.
Yeah.
Like, I have 12,000 friends on Instagram.
So this does give credit to the fact that some people are naturally loners, right? And like
Yeah.
they're just introverts
It
or
depends on
whatever.
the person.
Sure.
If
Says
they work a million hours,
if they are a loner because they dislike others or because others dislike them,
yes.
it's
That's-
likely that they're just unpleasant.
But if you're
Yeah, I
hold
agree.
on. But if you're an unpleasant person, that's your person. You should date only those people. Because
Yeah.
if you feel that way, please just date those people. Quit dating people that emit sunshine. Just
Yes.
date shitty people. Shitty people should date shitty people.
Misery loves company.
Yeah.
Go do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that.
All right.
So that's an easy one.
Now that one was an easy one. Number 9. Ooh. Your friends don't like them.
Oh,
Ooh.
I hear that a lot. If your friends and family, unless your mom immediately is like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But if your friends, because they know you, they see shit.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had that or seen that with your friends? I'm sure.
Absolutely.
How do you break that to them? Like a note?
What?
Do you like pass a little post-it note like, hey, your
I
boyfriend
think-
sucks?
They noticed it before, like, I even told them, and I was like, no. Then it got to a point I was like, they don't like you.
You
And
could
then-
tell.
Yeah.
How often would they actually believe it?
What?
That what you were saying was true? Would they believe you?
Yeah.
Really? Then you
Yeah.
have some trusting friends.
Yeah.
Because if your friends really do know, and your friends, especially after you break up, they're like, you know, girl, I noticed that he did this, or he, you
Yeah,
know,
right.
I've had friends do that
Sure.
to me too. You know?
And some, like, hindsight's 2020. You know, like, I mean, sometimes after the fact, you're like, oh, I can't believe we missed all of these things.
Mm-hmm.
All of these things were teeny tiny little red flags, and there was a lot of grace given and understanding and empathy. And
That's hard. Because when your friend's really into somebody and you're like going, you know, I have a friend, you know, he's seen somebody, and I was just like, man, that could be a problem.
yeah.
You know, but I don't want to say anything.
Yeah.
He's a grown-ass man.
Well, that's
Yeah.
fair.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, don't think I don't have snipers on her, though. All I have to do is go take the shot, and then
Yeah.
it's over. But
Yeah.
no, that's a hard one. All right, so if your friends don't like them, what else does that say on that?
It says your friends are your friends for a reason. It's often because they share the same interests or values. We're like, maybe.
Ish.
So if your friends don't like your new romantic interest, it could be a major red flag.
Unless your friends have any of those other red flags, then they don't count.
It says a true friend is going to tell you how they really feel, and even if it hurts your feelings, you need to take it in.
Yeah, when Mike introduces me to his new girlfriend that he's been talking to, I'm going to tell him whether I like her or not. I don't know yet. I haven't met her. I'll
Keep
be
us
the
posted.
judge.
Keep us
I'll just
posted.
tell her, I'm like, you have to leave now.
Right.
You have to
This
go.
isn't going to work for me.
This isn't going to work for Mike. Could you imagine?
I don't know. I have friends that they'll tell me, and I'll just sit on the phone and roll my eyes. And they're like, I heard it. And I was like, all the flags. But we're just going to just fuck it. Just
Paint 'em
full
green.
bore.
Yeah.
Right. Like
Picking,
just
going to Tractor Supply, getting some John
Yep,
Deere
we're
green
just-
paint.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. We're just going to, it'll be fine.
But we do like to court danger sometimes.
Yeah.
We do like a challenge sometimes. Like, it's no fun if everything's just good. You're like,
No, that's so fucking boring.
see?
It is.
I've done it.
Yeah.
I went for the crazy. I was like, my life is so good.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
This is my
Well, it
little bit
depends
of
on what
fire
you're
that I can
looking
play
for.
with.
Right. Yeah.
A little excitement.
As long as you know the red
I'm not
flags.
so much into that currently in my life.
No.
No, I
You're
don't.
not
I
courting
can't.
danger.
No, I have been so far removed from all of that.
No,
Blech.
thank you.
Blech.
No, thank you.
All right, what's the next one?
I've had years too. That's fine. They aren't motivated.
That's
I
a good
agree.
one. You don't like. You need a motivated. But you come from a strong family, like a family gets shit done.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine that you have. We all do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
So
gonna say this is a big one for me.
Yeah.
I don't know that it.
We
I don't
all
know
kind
that
of
I
said
would
it in
see
our
as
threes,
yeah,
though.
Right. Yeah.
In our three things, all this was in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're not motivated.
It says if they're not motivated to learn, to try new things, to go new places, if they don't want to get a better job, go back to school, they don't commit, they give up easy, they complain a lot. Yes.
That makes you feel like they can't protect you and they can't be there to do the things they need to do in a relationship. I mean, there's something
yeah.
subconsciously of thousands of years of DNA that we feel when we're around certain people. You know, like he could protect me or she could nurture, she could take care of things while I'm out doing. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. There's power in that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't undo it.
No.
Like, it doesn't matter
Nope.
if he makes a ton of money, but if he still can't get shit done, you're just like, you're still useless. Yes,
Yeah.
you have lots of money, but what the fuck? These stairs
Yeah.
are broken. And you didn't pay somebody to fix them or you didn't fix them yourself. Like, and the same thing with a girl. Like, yeah, you like, there has to be some sort of motivation. Or it's just, I mean, is that just like any other animal with breeding? Like, you look at certain factors that,
Survival.
right, would help you
Yeah, it's not.
not
I don't
pull
need
you
you
down.
on my team.
Because that would pull you
You
down.
don't want it. Yeah.
That would pull you down.
Yes.
But do you
is-
think
yeah.
that you want a project? How many of your girlfriends want projects?
No.
I don't think that anybody admits that they want a project. They find themselves with a project and they're like, huh.
And like a little bit of a challenge is fine, but like
Sure.
a whole ass project, no.
Gross.
Yeah.
No, because then you're just a flipper.
Yeah.
You don't ever stay with them.
No.
I'm going to shut up over here. You don't really stay with anyone.
Right.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Most people don't. All right, so if they're not motivated,
Yeah.
flag number 10.
It does say, it says this is not specific to like career advancement and productivity. It says, although the ability to maintain a job is important.
Listen, it's not even, obviously you shouldn't fuck people who can't keep a job. But it's how they talk about their job. I've noticed that too. If you're miserable about your job constantly and you don't do anything about it, I see weakness.
Same.
Immediately. I'm just like,
Fix it. Do something.
having a bad
Have
day is like,
conversation.
man,
Right,
today
yeah.
was rough.
If it's every fucking day, then
And you don't do anything about it?
yeah.
Because it's 2023. If you want a new job, you could literally
can-
sit in the bathroom at work and get a new job.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. It isn't like back in the day where you had to like take a day off to go do an interview
Yeah.
and like, you know, go through the newspaper and circle things and, you know, shit like newspapers, kids. There's these paper things that,
Right.
never mind.
Or it says give up too easy. That is a sign of weakness for me. Like figure it out.
Give up too easy?
Keep
Yeah.
going. Like
Oh man.
you just gonna just
Yeah.
chalk it up.
That's one of the most
something
attractive things
else.
to me. The last relationship I was in, super game bred, man. She's on your scent, you know, she's going to handle it and get it done. That was one of the most attractive things to me. When people want to get shit done, and that's good shit for me. Some people it wouldn't be. Some people would point out their flaws.
Yeah.
If somebody's too motivated, I'm sure you'd feel like, fuck, I better get up.
Yeah.
I better get some crunches. You know,
Yeah.
like
I've been told I can be that way sometimes.
you can make people feel that way. I can't say I've never made anybody feel
Yeah.
that way.
Yep. They're like, okay.
I most
Like you just
definitely.
like don't stop then.
Yeah.
You just like
Yeah, it's called a mental disorder. I
keep
love it.
going.
It's cool.
Right, yeah. I'm just on the other side of that spectrum.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
I'm an overdoer.
Can't you just calm? I had a girl. Why can't you just sit down and calm down? I'm like, why am I bothering you? Like remember sitting on the couch or something, and the way the light was shining in, I could just see dust on something that you normally don't see when you walk in a different angle. And I just got up and dusted it. And she's like, "Can't you just relax?" And I'm just like, "How am I fucking affecting you?"
Right.
Yeah.
How am I bothering you?
Like, most
'Cause you're
girls would
making her
fucking
feel
murder
guilty.
to have a guy that would fucking dust anything
Yeah.
once.
Right, yep.
And I'm just like,
It
I'm not.
implies guilt.
Ugh, gross.
Your overdoing makes them feel like they
Yeah.
need to be doing. I'm telling you, that's.
Iron sharpens iron. Don't
thank
fuck with me
you.
then.
I
Lose
know.
my number.
I've heard that all the time. I work too hard.
I've heard
I do
that.
too much.
You need to slow down. Now I just go, you need to catch up.
Right. Same. Like I'm.
And I don't
High
need
level.
you to act like me. Just leave me the
No,
fuck
right, yeah.
alone.
Support me in doing my things and like also have your things. Because if
Yeah.
you don't have your things,
Go take a nap.
then you're
Read a
not
book. Fuck off.
Okay,
Watch the
right,
Notebook.
yeah.
Leave me alone. I got shit to
just
do.
be motivated to do
Right, be
whatever
ready for
it
dinner.
is that you want to
Be ready for dinner.
Right.
Or like, I'm going to get some pizza.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool.
All right. Number 11.
Hold on. We got to stop for a
Oh,
second.
what?
You're a young lady in college. How motivated are these young men?
Honestly, depends.
Reason, just like it never changes then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've met few, like, in college that are extremely motivated. Then I've met others that
Nothing.
drink every single fucking day and, like, don't do homework, have a 1.2 GPA. Like, it's extremely different.
Yeah.
But,
Very unattractive.
yeah. Yes.
And they have all day to holler at you.
Yes.
They want to see you every day.
Well,
Yeah.
And
no.
they want to FaceTime at your
oh,
bar.
God.
Yeah.
No.
They're like, I'm drinking all day. Snapchats of drinking. Jesus. No
Why don't you come
studying.
by my house after you're done at the bar?
Right.
That's another one. That's
Yeah.
a red flag.
Ew.
Every time you go out, they want
That's
you to
dis-
come like
Yeah.
check in, physically check in.
Literally.
Come here when you're done.
Is that what we call it? Checking in.
Yep.
Checking in.
Just checking in on you. All right. Next one.
They never initiate, and it says conversations, intimacy, dates.
I agree.
That's a pet peeve of mine. Why is that a red flag? Let's see.
They never initiate.
Yeah.
That means they're not interested, right?
Well, yeah, I guess. But like that's
But
different
sometimes
than a
it's pulling
red flag
teeth.
to me.
But think
I
about
guess,
it.
right.
Okay, so I had that kind of moment where I realized that I didn't share music with somebody is because somebody before them had told me, like, can you just shut the fuck up about being in a band? Mm-hmm. So when I heard that, I stopped talking about being in a band other than very small.
Yeah.
I don't talk about it as much as, like,
Well, there's, yeah.
people I know, they're like, dude, I'm fucking doing this. And I'm just like, yeah, doing it. Yeah.
Right.
Put on a new record. But some people don't want to initiate it because they've never been allowed to have a voice. So you have to be careful with some of these.
I know.
Like, if they're never initiating, like they never text you,
Well,
then-
yeah. I mean, I guess that's what it's saying.
then just be okay with that. If you're okay with that, then that's probably how they're going to be throughout your whole entire relationship. You know, it isn't like if he barely texts you because he's busy or he's working, or he just feels like some girl told him, I hate when guys text me all day.
Well, yeah. If they're clingy and they were just told what number was
Yeah.
that
To
it's
not
too
be
much,
that,
and they're like, okay,
like how
so-
it's flipping, like
Right,
second
yeah.
half.
I'll just wait for you to text me.
So I guess it's getting to know them and go, hey, what's your kind of text style? Do you like
Yeah.
to text a lot? Or because if you ask, you could probably find out a lot about someone.
Yeah.
You know, like, are you? Because some guys are like, man, I'd rather call you. My buddy, he's older, but he'd rather call you.
Yeah.
You know, and some people, and some of these women are like, I don't like to talk. I'm like, he goes, then I don't want to date you.
Yeah.
And they're like, why is that a big deal to you? He's like, I'm in a fucking truck
Right, I
every
wanna
day.
talk to you.
I can't text
Yeah.
you while I'm driving a
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
semi. And
right.
why wouldn't you want to talk? Like,
No, that's weird.
I'd rather talk to you on the phone than text you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'd be like, hey, what's up, girl?
Same.
And hear your voice and talk to you. Not
Yeah.
send pictures like a caveman.
Yeah.
Sunshine, beer.
What are you doing right now?
No. I'd rather talk.
Not an emoji fan.
All right, so no, I think it's this corn. I've used them, but I think it's the weirdest thing I've ever witnessed in my life. It's like we're using hieroglyphics.
Yes.
We have the ability to see somebody and see your facial expressions and go, hi. But it makes us so uncomfortable, yet we stare into it and take selfies all day. We are fucking weird, man. We are fucking weird, and it's frustrating to me. It's very frustrating to me.
Because you're just a different type of weird.
I'm so weird. I'm realizing more and
Yes.
more when every therapist looks at me and goes, okay.
Tell me more.
Yeah, tell me more. Or don't tell me anymore.
Tell me
Fucking
more.
just,
Tell me. Break that down.
yeah.
I have clients sometimes that I'm like, I'm going to need you to say that different.
Yeah.
Reword that for me.
I've had to do that.
Same thing. Just say it different.
Jesus.
All right. Number 12. They're hot and cold. I think this one's interesting.
Do tell.
It says, okay, first be on the lookout for benching or breadcrumbing.
What the fuck is that?
I was very
Yeah, I don't-
interested to learn. I think it's fascinating. Benching is when, so it's just
What's your
vocabulary,
bench?
right? Benching is when someone you've been dating stops agreeing to meet with you in person but continues to reach out over social media.
Oh, that's a thing.
That I didn't know. That's benching.
Have you ever had that?
Have you ever done
No.
that?
You've never done that?
No.
Good.
That's weird.
I could see how that is a thing though. That like
Well-
you've gone out a couple times and like it, but they don't.
You know what? My buddies
Yeah.
have actually had that.
Yeah.
Because they'll go out a date and hang out a little bit, and then they still stay in contact. But I think
Right.
people like that dopamine, like,
Yeah.
ding, hi, blah,
Right,
blah, blah,
yeah.
blah, blah, you know. But they don't really want to commit. I
Mm-hmm.
think most people would rather live on their phone than actually go in
Out,
person
yeah.
and actually have to, like, not work, some time in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you actually have to, fucking brush your hair and,
Yeah.
go do it. All right, so benching. I didn't know that was
That's
a
the
thing.
thing. Breadcrumbing
Oh, fuck.
Uh-huh.
Where they just give you enough to keep you moving.
is leading someone on with no intention of ever meeting them in person or building a real relationship.
Is that like
I know so many
catfishing?
people who do this.
Seriously?
I do.
What the fuck's up with that?
They don't have time to date
I think.
to do what you just said, like take the dedication and go out and go do things.
Look, 3 days a week. Figure it out, people.
know.
3 hours, that's 9 hours a week.
But they're chatting. It reminds me of like, what was that? Like AOL, where there was like chat rooms and stuff that you could just go in and you could just talk to whoever.
That's what ruined dating.
Well, and I feel like, but now that's what they're trying to do.
We've made
is just
it
being
into
able
that.
to talk to somebody.
So you want a pen pal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Basically, you
people are
want a
just
pen pal.
bored.
Yeah, they're bored.
Yeah.
They're bored, and they're like not against the idea. It's not like they're like intentionally going on to breadcrumb people. They're just like good either way.
Yeah.
Or it's just normal.
Yeah,
Normal ways of communicating.
I guess. When I know, listen, there are men and women that I know that get on dating sites with zero intention of actually dating anybody.
So that's what sucks for my buddies who really want to date a nice woman.
Yeah,
And
they're just looking for a
they
dopamine
just,
bump.
yes. And
They just
that
wanna
is
get
the
hit
most,
on.
because they're like, dude, I don't have time. I mean, I have time, but like, that's not fair.
Right.
then get on a thing where you just want to chat.
Right.
Don't get on a thing where it says, I'm looking, it's a dating site, which means you go on dates.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Well, yeah, but those people, they go on and they get all of these messages, and then they go on other sites and bitch about how crazy these guys are. They're love bombing me. They're sending me these things. They're telling me I have pretty eyes.
Fuck.
Crazy.
You should all have to wear sunglasses in your photos.
There you go. It says, are they wishy-washy with their affections? Do they draw you along for long periods of time and then want you to go after them? So yeah, hot and cold. That makes sense. That's a red flag.
Wishy-washy.
That's valid.
Wishy-washy. Dude, that just sounds like people aren't into you that much.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just sounds
I've never
like you gotta move
experienced
on.
a lot of that. To be honest with you, usually when I meet somebody, we hang out a whole bunch, and then we have a relationship,
Yeah.
and then it ends. It's not. I don't think I've ever dealt with hardly any of that kind of shit ever in my life.
No, I talked to one guy on a dating site that lived like a little over an hour away.
Really?
And I wasn't going to even entertain it, but we got to talking on there. But like, there was a point where I felt bad because I'm like, I'm never going to have a serious relationship. Like, this isn't a long-term thing.
No,
If
you know what?
live,
I've tattooed a lot of people that met online and lived far apart, and they moved,
yeah.
man.
Well, we both had kids. Like, I had mine, he
fuck
had a
them
daughter.
kids.
Like, I just,
Fuck them kids.
but like, I had to tell him. I was like, I don't even want.
Mike was talking to a girl from Detroit. You know what I mean? I was like, dude, I'm worried about your safety, bud. Don't go up there.
I mean,
Yeah, unless you love hockey.
that's all I got.
That's all they
That's
got.
it.
And Mike's new lady.
I know. They have a nice casino up there.
I wonder how big their closets are in Michigan.
Well, how big is she? Okay. All right. Number 13. Excessive alcohol usage.
I feel like that's just given.
Savannah's over there like, I need another drink.
I just think it's weird that they only said alcohol. Like, I would just
Well,
say
we're not
it's-
done with the list. It's getting close.
There's only what?
Oh.
There's only 15. Drugs aren't on here. It's just alcohol.
Drugs, green flag.
It says right, I guess.
A little
so.
cocaine, not a problem. You drink too many Miller Lights?
Nope.
Obviously. So it says study after study has linked the overconsumption in alcohol to gender-based violence. So we're not saying that every alcohol user is an abuser, but it's definitely a correlation, I guess is what they're saying.
You're
Keep
telling
it-
me if a girl drinks, she's going to beat me?
Keep an early eye out. If every,
No shit.
if every date involves alcohol, try to
Yeah.
hang out with them sober at least once.
So I knew a lot of people that said that. They would say that I used to go on dates and we'd go drinking, and then I'd make decisions I probably shouldn't
Yeah.
have fucking made. So I started having coffee.
Yeah.
You know, like go and like do a 15-minute thing. Like I
Yep.
just want to see your face. Because,
Yeah.
dude, I didn't know this about girls, but you girls know as soon as you meet a man whether you would have sex with him or not. I didn't know that. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And I didn't believe it when the first person
like,
told
just
me.
sex? Yeah, that's true.
Like whether
Yeah.
you, yes or no.
yeah, right.
Like, just a
Could
yes.
I?
That's what I
Yeah.
mean. Just a yes or no.
Yeah.
Guys don't, our brains don't work that way. They don't at all. See, I'm not joking. But
Nobody's off the table?
No, what I'm saying is when you meet a girl as a man, we don't go yes or no. We do this. I have no idea till she touches it the second time because I don't know. Like, I don't know for
Yeah.
sure until I get green light. I mean, I'm sure there's some creepy dudes
Sure.
that are gross, but
Sure.
like girls know. So like, if you meet a guy and he's drinking every time you fucking around him, he's drinking. Fuck. Like, do you
Right.
think that's going to be productive?
No.
I mean, I come from an alcoholic family, so I mean,
Right.
it's probably not the best thing to ask me because I'm just like this. Okay.
Well, I would.
Not that I haven't dated some
know.
girls who drink their fucking heads off,
I know.
you know, but that didn't. Fuck, that was horrible.
I think that just if we're going out to a bar on a Friday night or Saturday night consistently and that's the only time we're dating, I don't want any part in that.
No.
I want to see you in the daylight.
Yeah.
I
Does it
wanna,
depend their
like-
drinking style? Like if you go to dinner and you have a beer,
That's fine.
That's
Well,
one
dinner.
thing.
No, I'm saying like bar. Like if we're going to a club or a bar or out dancing or whatever, and that's the only time I ever say, I would start like, where do you live?
Yeah.
Is your wife at home? Like, why are we out
Mind your business.
in the dark, in the night, and the
Are you Batman?
right?
What the fuck are you going out with? But here's the thing
Vampire or
too.
something?
But I almost feel like you should see somebody drinking. So you need to see how that motherfucker's really going to act.
That's fair.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
fair.
Because I've seen people that are super awesome. They seem super awesome. And you put some liquor in them, they're like, oh, I just don't do good when I drink tequila. I'm like, no, you're
I
probably...
just turned into a fucking demon.
Yeah.
Right.
So my buddy, he's been in recovery for like 11 years. And I said something, I don't know, a couple months ago. And I was like, when people get high or whatever, they turn into fucking assholes or drunk. He's like, nah, they're fucking assholes no matter what. They're assholes, you just don't see it.
Right.
You don't turn into an asshole. If you really look at that person's life, they're a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
And I started really thinking
fair.
about it, and I
That's-
was like,
Very true.
fuck, he's right.
Right.
And he was. So you should see, like excessive. Yes, anybody's doing anything excessively.
Yeah.
If every time you talk to guys in the fucking gym doing steroids, you know what I mean? Or she's fucking shopping every time you talk to her, you're like, what's going on? Are you getting paid to
Yeah.
do this? Because this is going to be a problem down there
Right.
for some people. And some people
yeah,
won't
sure.
be. Get down how you want to get down, but
Right. Well, it also says this is try to hang out with them when they're sober and see if you even really like their personality.
yeah, go to church with
Because
them.
they might be
Yeah.
looser or quieter or, like,
And some people like to have a drink because it makes them a little,
makes me nicer.
does it?
Yep.
I've had girls say, you're so sweet when you drink. You should
Yep.
drink more often. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck. It's true.
There are people out there that use whatever to simmer.
I do.
And I don't like.
It takes off my robot.
I don't have a switch
Yeah.
where like
it makes
unless I drink this one thing.
it
and
makes
then,
my
like,
AI kick off.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, if you're around somebody who's doing anything excessively, it's like
Oh,
I don't know.
like-
Like I've never smoked pot, but I've been around people that just smoke and smoke and smoke
Yeah.
and smoke, and I'm just like, do you like? Not people who are productive that smoke. That's a totally different vibe. Like, oh, we're going for a hike and you're gonna smoke. Like, oh, cool. Who cares?
Yeah, right.
But if it's like all day, every day,
Yeah.
like anybody has to plan their day around drinking or getting high,
Right.
that freaks me out.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I think like substance abuse as a whole, that there are a few outliers, right? That like
Yeah.
they can do the things but like I find it hard to believe that they're excessive.
Yeah. Like socially, you
Right.
could drink or
Like
do drugs. Socially.
Episodic. They just kind of cycle
But if it's
through.
every
and- yeah,
day,
mm-mm.
fuck, man.
There's criteria for that.
That's a lot. That's a whole lot.
There is.
Holy shit.
In the mental health world, like you don't have to lose your job to be an alcoholic.
Well, dude, you not to be a dick, but every old lady says this. Well, he went to work every day.
Every time. A
We've
functioning
all heard it.
alcoholic.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, he goes to work. It's like, that's
Yeah.
not enough.
Yeah.
You could
No.
do lots of jobs drunk.
And that's true.
God.
Fuck. This
Many of them you
podcast.
shouldn't, but they do. Like,
Just kidding. This is lemonade.
all right. So number 14, you're scared to have the relationship talk. It says, have you found yourself in a situationship?
Okay, I'm going to ask you ladies this. How often do you actually say, hey, this is our situation? You break down the barriers or like the boundaries.
Like when I got engaged.
No. Before
When I
that.
got
But when you're dating, like,
Sure.
to me, you're hanging out with somebody and it just becomes a thing. And,
Yeah.
like, you're just together. Do you have to talk to her? Do you see this is a different
Yeah,
thing?
I do. I have to bring it up.
You're like, here's the contract.
Yeah. Well, I just want to
NDA.
ask because, like,
Like, what do you say? Are you
Yeah.
seeing other people?
Yeah, 'cause I
Am I
don't-
the only one that you're sleeping with?
exactly, because I don't want
like,
bugs.
Bugs. Amen. But look, so if you're being intimate with somebody, and
Yeah,
you
I
want to go,
gotta
hey, am I
ask.
the only person
Yeah.
you're being intimate with because I don't want to get
Yeah.
bugs? I like that.
I hope that you text that.
I did.
That's so funny with emojis of bugs. What all bugs
Yeah.
do you use? Like the praying mantis.
Right.
So you have to have that conversation, right? Not everybody does. But if you're being intimate with somebody, you probably should as a health thing, right?
Yeah.
I feel like everybody approaches it different. Like,
But if
there's
you go
like,
up to number like 4 where they're around you every single day, I guess you don't really have a chance to fuck anybody else. So
I guess
think it
that's
should be
true.
okay.
Yeah.
Actually, so sidebar, that is So when there is infidelity or like questioning if somebody's cheating in therapy, the worst thing that you can say is, how would I even find the time?
Yeah.
That.
I don't say that shit.
Don't say that. Right.
Even when people say it about me, they're like, Thomas, you're super busy. When did you? I go, stop saying that.
Don't say that, because that makes it sound like logistically you couldn't even if you wanted to. That is not a good point to make.
No.
Yeah.
Goes poor. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Every time.
Every time. I'm like, ugh. Like I can hear it leave their mouth, and whoever because it doesn't matter, male or female, they're like, huh.
It's gross.
Well, you could find the time. You know, like if that's
I think
what we're
everybody
talking,
could find
like
time.
everybody can find
What'd you say? The
time.
average guy is about 5.5 minutes. Not to be a dick, that's a pretty short amount of time in a 24-hour day, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you know how a clock works, ladies, but
Get it in.
Jesus,
Right.
get it in a lot.
I know, a lot.
Are you kidding me?
So many
How many
things.
hours you spend on TikTok?
I know.
Fuck.
So yeah, I think the relationship talk for everybody looks a little different. Actually, my husband and I were just talking about this the other day. Because he was like, when did we...
He's trying to get back out of the contract. He's like, we never made this official,
Yeah.
bro.
Well, we had
We're
gone
like
out
roommates.
a couple times. Yeah, we had gone out a couple times, but we were both on dating apps. So I think what we ended up saying is like that we were off of the dating apps. Like
Yeah.
That's what my buddy just did.
like
Yeah.
implies that we're exclusive.
That you're serious?
Yeah.
You're going
yeah.
steady?
Right.
Did you delete your Bumble? I did too. Oh my
Right,
God. We're like together.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah,
I'd be
it
so
is.
afraid to be on a dating site.
When you're ready, please let me manage it. I will create it. I
No,
will
ma'am.
write it.
I
Listen,
just
I
love
will field
watching
all of
like
your
my
messages.
friends on it and stuff because it's just like, it's
is it
wild.
bonkers?
Yeah.
Nuts.
Like some of the shit these men say, I don't even.
So when men say that kind of shit, how do they just ghost them or they respond to them?
If it's like funny,
I reported him.
Fuck. Kelly, the
I
do-getter.
did. I was like, no, don't say that to people.
Yeah.
That's gross. And I would report him.
Yeah.
I
Made
hope
me
you get
uncomfortable.
bugs.
Right.
probably
So what would they say to him?
just like out of pocket shit,
Just-
or like some of it's like funny and out of pocket. Like that's
Sure.
fine with
Clever.
me. Like yeah, I'd probably respond to that.
Yeah.
But like
If you're clever.
yeah, but if it's just weird, gross, like no.
I can see it because I've asked girls before because I noticed when that was really going on. I said, have you ever taken the time to correct these men? And they go, fuck them. I'm not correcting. You know, like so many girls are like, fuck that. I go,
Right.
well, just keep this in mind. When you don't correct them, their sons are going to fuck your daughters. So when you don't stop that, it's not stopping.
Right.
And you're going to have to deal with it for the next 6 generations because you never went, hey, dude, is this how you talk to everybody? Like, you look nice. I might have given you a shot, but you came at me like, does that work? Would you want somebody to speak to your sister that way or
Right.
your mother that way or your daughter that way? And they're like, it's not my fucking problem. Like, I have a hunch it's going to become your fucking problem. And not that it's every girl's responsibility to correct a man or a man to correct a woman, but it sure wouldn't hurt, I don't think.
To
Yeah.
give feedback.
Yeah.
Constructive criticism.
Let us know at
Well,
234-205-949 if you should give somebody some shit when they send you some unsolicited, but you're not unsolicited if you're on a dating site. I got on some guys' asses because when social media became a real thing, I noticed if you're friend requesting girls you don't know, I understand in the infancy of social media that was a very common thing.
Yes.
But in 2023, if you are friend requesting somebody that you do not know on Facebook or Instagram, I'm sorry. That's wrong. And guys are like, what? They're on there. I said, no. They're on there for their own reasons.
Yeah.
That's not a dating site.
No.
Right.
If she wants to date, she'll be on if you see her on a dating site, if a guy sees you on fucking Bumble or Tinder or whatever, then yeah, that's,
Sure.
hey, I'm open to dating. But just because you have a cute picture on fucking Instagram
Doesn't mean I want you speaking to me or
to date.
yeah.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? So, like, I don't think a lot of people understand that. You know, a lot of people friend request me just because of what I do, and they're trying to get
Sure.
a hold of me or see the kind of stuff I do, and that's fine. But I don't tolerate, that kind of shit. Like, and people don't even fuck with me like that. I'm very lucky like that. I mean, some things could be construed as inappropriate, so I'm learning that.
Yeah.
And I'm learning how to set some fucking boundaries with that shit because I mean,
I know.
if it makes somebody uncomfortable that you're with, man, and I wasn't great at that because it didn't mean anything to me, but it meant something to my mate, and that sucks because that's hard for me to understand too. We talked a lot about that shit, and I've been really thinking about when you said, why don't men look at your plate as our plate?
Right.
And what bothers you is my problem. And it's like, because I can't, my brain doesn't work that way. Like I can emphasize, go, okay, I get it, but I don't get it. Because it would be the same thing if some guy slid into your DMs and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Fucking this fucking guy. And you're like, I don't want anything to do with this fucking guy.
Yeah.
Right.
But girls do that to guys too. And it's like, well, I don't know how to maneuver through that. Because I don't know how to make you happy. And also, you're not forcing my hand to do something that like I don't give two fucks about.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't understand. How would you tell a client to maneuver through that? Because I think a lot of people struggle with that shit, not just me.
I feel like it does go back to just boundaries. But you have to know yours. I think that's probably the root of all of that. Is
Right.
like what bothers you and why. And then what are you...
But if it bothers you, okay, well, this is what I'm asking. Say it bothers you. How much of that is my fucking problem? I mean, not being mean, but like, okay, if you slid into my DMs and she's my wife and you're just talking to me, but she thinks that's very inappropriate, how do I maneuver through this? Like, because if I don't care, like, I'm like, no, there's nothing, I don't care. But you're still mad. And I didn't do any of this.
Right.
I'm just like the collection plate. And whoever's, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, yeah. I guess I can't even really wrap my head around being mad that somebody messaged you. If you're engaging in the conversation, that's different.
but if I'm not being, I'm just saying if I'm not being inappropriate, this is what I'm saying, dude. I'm fucking lost because I'm generally just a nice person and I
Yeah.
fucking write people back.
Right.
I think that's like a point where like if you're just like writing back to respond to what they said, that's one thing. But if like you continue to like entertain them,
Yeah, I'm not
then-
asking for booty pictures.
Yeah.
I saw this TikTok the other day where this girl, she was hilarious. She said that every time she gets an unsolicited dick pic, she keeps it in her phone. She has a file for them. And
It's like that girl with all the hot dogs.
and goes through that file and picks one and sends one back.
Oh shit. That's smart.
You're gonna be sitting at the bar in
It's
Kent.
like she wins. She's winning.
That's a good one.
That is great.
So I'm trying to understand how to get through that, and I don't know how to get through it. So if anybody knows, please call 234-200-5949 and let me know.
Well, it sounds like they have some red flags, like
How to get through that.
jealousy and lack of boundaries.
But if somebody
and-
feels that way, I don't know how. That's where you try to be empathetic towards it. You know what
I
I
was
mean?
gonna say, when you asked how much of that is my problem, well, if you're with
Not
them,
much. Or
if
all
you're
of
with
it.
them, it is.
Yeah.
If you want to be a respectful
Mate.
mate, yeah,
All right.
you have to understand where it comes from. That doesn't
Yeah.
mean that you have to alter everything that you're doing.
That's the hard thing.
Yeah, that does not mean
you know?
that.
And
Does
my
not-
thing too is like when I feel like I'm being pushed in a corner, I get really uncomfortable.
Yeah,
I agree.
Thomas Wallen.
You know? Yeah.
Then you shut down.
It's true. Shutting down. My fucking nephew he watched it and he sent me a message and said, "Is this a family thing?" I was like, "I'm sorry, bud, but let's work through it and let's be better about it because like people don't deserve for us to do that." You know what I mean? And they really don't. And that's a hard thing to just shut down. And I'm trying to be better at it.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't want to make somebody feel that way again.
No.
I don't. You know, and the lady that came in the other day, she shuts down. And her dude wants to talk about it. And she's like, "I don't want to fucking talk about it right now."
Right.
I'm like,
You
well,
just
then
need a
you
break.
have to like,
Pause plan.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Talk to them and go, "Hey, I need a little time." And
Yeah.
some people don't do well with that. They want it now. I
Yeah.
want to figure it out now. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
They're the pursuer.
it's funny that this is the only thing that you do in your life that you got to figure out right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck that laundry you need to put away. You know what I mean? This is right. This is really important. I'm like,
Yeah.
is it? Is
Right.
it fucking important? Have you noticed a difference in dating? How things have changed from high school to finishing up with college, like how much it's evolved and like what matters and what doesn't matter with you and your friends?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, in high school it was so different. Like I didn't really date anyone until like my junior year of high school. And I don't know. 'Cause like, this is kind of fucked up to say.
It's okay. It's
like
called
the
the
last-
Not So
This
Tender
is the
podcast.
place.
The last 2 years of dating him, like I didn't like him how he liked me.
Right.
So just like things he would do would just like annoy me, but then I started to actually like people in college and enjoy them, and it's just like a whole different experience.
Right.
Because now I'm not bothered when they text me all the time. I'm not bothered if they want to hang out all the time, but then I was.
Was that resentment that built up?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's usually where it stems from as well. Lots of resentment. And it makes you just annoyed. Just everything about them annoys you. Like, you blink too fucking loud.
Yeah.
Like,
If
I
you
hate
just
your
start
fucking
chewing,
face.
I'm just like, go in the fucking other room.
Right, right. I was out on a boat today, and I think just the noise from the motor, because I was driving, it made me so fucking mental that everything just made me like this. I was like,
Yeah.
everybody else having a great time. They're all laying out. Like, everything's great. And I'm just like this. I fucking hate this,
Make you irritable.
Oh my God.
Overstimulated.
And I had to like go, hey, this is a great day. And I did, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I was like, why are you getting so? And it's just the noise.
Yep.
Just the fucking noise. And when you're around anybody, coworkers, family members, anybody that it does the same shit over and over, you're just like, dude, just shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. It's hard to date. I've noticed a lot of people that are doing it. And like even like people that come in, like, people were talking to me the other day. And I said, yeah, but say you guys get a divorce and you guys break up, you're just trading him in for another fucking person that that's going to be real close to him. And she just looked at me. She goes, I fucking know. And I'm like, then work on it. You know what I mean? Like, one thing I stress to everybody, man, is like fucking work on that shit. Because I didn't. And I wish I would have, because it would have, gave me more peace. And like work on it in the beginning. I suggest that people, when you're like dating somebody, like, dude, really work on those worksheets, like the fair fighting rules, and really get down to it. Like, we skim over all that shit. And then it gets hard.
Right.
Then you have a fucking kid, and then all hell breaks loose. And you've never done any like fire drills. You know what I mean? Like, there's a big fire. Y'all have never done one fire drill. You don't know where any of the fucking fire extinguishers are. You don't know where anything is. And I think that's unfair that we've been handed this over and over again, and our parents were handed that, and their parents were handed that. Instead of just saying like, hey, work on that shit. Have a healthy, like, real conversation. Like, it's hard to talk to somebody. I'm like, you fuck them. You can talk to them.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think you said once, like, I think you said you've seen their asshole. Like, why can't you speak to them?
I'm just saying, but that obviously resonated with you. It made sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, what are you so afraid of?
Yeah.
Bugs?
Yeah.
That's what he said. You
Bugs.
touch
That's
them-
the
you
best
touch me-
I've heard.
You touch them where they pee.
You touch them where they pee.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
But it's true. You know what I mean? And, like, even the other day, it's like, it can't be that far on the other end. You could say, like, dude, I'm just not feeling this anymore. But that's because you just didn't deal with shit that you should have dealt with.
Yeah.
And you outgrow people, like, I mean, you just move at different paces and things. And sometimes it runs its fucking course.
Right.
I've had relationships just run their course, and we weren't mad at each other when we broke up. We were just like, fist bump.
Yeah.
Right.
See you later.
Yeah. We had fun.
And that was
Move on.
it.
Right. I'll be damned.
Do you think relationships are going to start turning into more short term because they're so condensed now? Because you talk so much and you see each other so much and you're so ingrained in each other that it's such a compact little thing now compared to the way it was years ago. Because, men would work all day and they'd come home and they'd barely talk to them.
Yeah.
Then you go out to the garage, they'd eat, they'd go out to the garage.
Yeah, they
take
would
a
have
shower.
to fight over months.
Yeah. They didn't really talk.
Yeah.
Where now you got a guy talking to you constantly. So I think it's condensed down. Like a 3-month relationship would be like a 3-year relationship.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. I would agree with that too.
Are you noticing your friends having shorter relationships or longer? I'm actually noticing a lot of younger people getting married and doing
Oh, so many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Because
think
I've
it
had
skipped a
friends.
generation.
I have friends
went
that
to a
like
wedding
date someone
yesterday.
for like 2 months, and I have my other friend who's my age and she's getting married this month.
Really?
So it just, I don't know, depends.
Yeah. Were they high school sweethearts? Mm-hmm. Well, I think that's the key, man.
Yeah.
I think that's the key. Unfortunately,
Those
if you
kids
don't,
are cute.
dude,
That is
and
really
if you
cute.
don't hold on to it, truthfully, you're gonna go through a lot of shit, and you might rebound, pretty hard, and find something later. But then you're dealing with people. It's just a different vibe.
Yep.
But I've noticed that the couples that look the strongest to me grew up together. Or got together after they'd been through a lot of shit and was just real as fuck with each other. Like, hey.
Or if like you're friends first, I feel like.
It's hard because once you do you notice that once you start dating somebody, you stop sharing what you shared before because it gets weaponized?
I don't think so.
Y'all are lucky as shit, man. Must be fucking nice. No?
I don't think so.
Why would they
Jesus.
weaponize it?
Oh, y'all have never dated
They're
girls.
fucked if they do that.
I know. Like,
No. Because, like, you would be honest. Like, if you're just friends and you're like, yeah, I used to fool around with that girl, blah, blah,
Right.
blah. And then you start dating, you're like, oh, that bitch?
right.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Well, yeah. If I'm out, I don't tell my husband, like, hey.
But if you were
Hey.
friends...
I saw his dick.
But if you were friends... Right, I saw his butthole. But if you're friends and you guys are just friends at first...
That's true.
And then you're
Yeah.
just...
I might
And
lean
they're
over
like,
and be like, oh my God.
who's that guy?
Yeah.
Who's
Yeah.
that guy? And you're like, let me tell you.
He did some weird
Yeah,
shit.
I
right?
agree with that.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But that goes back to that thing. Like, people get upset when you overshare or you know.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think we're so uptight? Is it just that natural thing that you want to...
Well, everybody wants to feel like a priority.
Oh, fuck.
They wanna
Listen,
be
if you've seen my
prioritized.
butthole, you're a priority.
You're a priority. That is the new description. When they come
I'm going
into
to
the
be like,
shop,
well, Thomas, what does a priority mean to you? If I've seen your butthole, you're a priority. Because I don't walk around just seeing people's fucking buttholes or asking to see them.
Start saying that.
Right? Right. Fair.
yep,
Honestly.
we've
So,
accomplished something here today.
I mean, if you want to see somebody's butthole and be a priority, call 234-200-5949. I'm going to look at this real quick.
Yep. Are you gonna look at phone calls and
Yeah.
messages and stuff?
I'm going to see if there's any on here right now, if I can find it. I have too much shit on here, to be honest with you. So what's everybody ready to do for summer? Anything else crazy before we get done with this craziness? Oh? Crickets.
Graduate in August.
Is that crazy?
Yeah.
Then what?
Moving home.
Oh, shit, back home?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Will that hinder your dating?
No, but it'll just suck. I just love having my own space
Yeah.
so much. Like, I love my parents, but, my mom comes in the room at like 7 a.m. and sits on my bed and starts asking me like 20 questions. And I'm like, girl, like, I need to open my eyes first.
Yeah.
Right. And she's like, we have things to do.
Yeah.
Do you wanna go do this?
So, apparently I have too many passwords.
Oh, good grief.
Yes. Oh, fuck my life.
I think I want to kayak more.
Really?
We got kayaks last year. We've put them in the water a couple times, but
Apparently I'm not on the right one. I've never kayaked. I've only canoed. Through the
I think
life.
I've kayaked once. But I think I was like 9. So,
I'd much rather kayak. I don't have to depend on the other
yeah.
things. I just get to do wherever I want to go.
I like being on rivers a lot. It's one of the very few things that I truly enjoy. Like a lot. Like a whole lot. Like more than I probably should. It's like riding a motorcycle, but nobody's trying to murder you.
Wow, that
I'm
makes
going on
sense.
one trip this year. I'm actually going with Michael. We're going to South Dakota. Should we do a show from South Dakota? Like I should be on Zoom call. I talked to you about it the other day. That'd be funny, right? With Mount Rushmore behind me.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hello. I'm with my homeboys. I can't sign into this because I totally screwed up.
Aw.
Actually, there's a message on here that says, hey, I think I left my debit card and... Nothing there. I'm
It
kidding.
was me.
That was you. So you're moving home. Dating in college. At the bars, do guys approach you like crazy?
Yeah.
She's like, pretty much. I carry around a bat. I hit them.
Yeah. I mean, it's just.
What's the worst pickup line? Oh, God.
I don't even know.
Are they cheesy? Or do they just...
Are they brutal?
They're just so
Yeah.
boring, I forget.
Well, they gotta do magic tricks when they walk up to you. Like pull a fuck. If they pull a rabbit out of the hat, I know they got you.
Yeah.
You'd be like,
Maybe let's go
get
on a
married.
date. Yeah.
let's get married. Jeez.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine. I'm so off-putting. People don't even approach me.
I don't get hit on.
They don't even come
I do
near
not.
me.
Uh-uh.
It's the easiest life ever. I love it. I love it so much.
I'm okay. I'm good with it. I am.
It does make for a very difficult time if you're not into it. It's very and it would sucks is you go out with a group of girlfriends and it's
Yeah.
just like gets a little extreme.
Yeah.
I could imagine.
Like, if you want to get me a drink, sure.
Right.
But don't talk to me after.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Maybe talk to you before.
Yeah, like, I'll give you a little attention, but then once I get my drink,
But would you, if he was if he had a good personality, would you
Yeah,
talk to him?
yeah.
So that
but most don't.
they really don't.
No.
That's their whole game is I'll buy you a drink.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
then
that's
they can't
her game.
Yeah.
That's
Will
mine.
you give me a drink?
Yeah.
If I talk to you for a little bit.
Yeah.
But if they had a good personality, you'd talk to them.
Yeah.
Well, listen, boys, have a nice personality if you're
Right.
going to buy her a drink. Maybe talk to her before you offer to buy her a drink.
Yeah.
Because it'd be different to say, you seem really nice. May I buy you a drink?
Yeah.
You probably shouldn't lead with buy you a drink.
Nope.
Yeah.
Don't.
Is that
It's
a bad
scam.
way?
No.
It is a scam, right?
It is a scam. We are scammers in the
I've
bar.
never done
It's
that.
true.
I've never done that.
You've never bought a girl a drink?
That's not how I led. I'm not gonna walk
You could
up and be like,
You could be 5 minutes in, and if you offer a drink, if that's all she really wants, that's what she's gonna.
yeah. I've also never picked up a girl at a bar.
Right.
I'm
I have
thinking
always
about
told
this.
men, don't try. They're trying to drink for free. That is why they're
Yeah.
there. They're with their girlfriends.
See, I've
they
always
want
dated
nothing to
bartenders.
do with you.
Walk up to her like at a coffee shop or
yeah,
something.
she
like,
wants nothing to do with you when she's out with her
Yeah.
friends.
So walk up
other
to her
than free drinks.
at the
Yeah.
coffee shop and be like, can I buy you a drink?
Yeah,
Seriously?
sure.
I don't know.
You have to say then, may I sit with you? I
Listen,
would say no.
no. That's why I came here.
No, right.
Yeah.
Fuck away from people.
I'm
Guys
here
are
by
fucked.
myself.
So unless you're on a dating site, pretty much
Yep.
just stay away
Just
from
stay
girls.
away from people.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And if you're on a dating site, we
How
can
many
go back
guys have
to-
been successful going out with you by meeting you at the bar? One.
None.
Fuck. Seriously? What about you? Holy shit.
dating them?
Wow.
I don't think ever, no.
None. Nobody that I ever had any sort of long-term relationship with at
No.
all have I met at the bar.
No.
For real.
Yes.
Do men not know this?
No, I
guess
tell
not.
them. Don't try to meet them at the bar. They don't want to date you.
No.
That is not why we go
I mean,
to
I
the
got
bar.
some buddies that have definitely picked up some girls at the bars and dated them for a while. But they're older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure he wasn't dating them when he was younger. He was mating them,
Yep.
not dating them. Well, that's different. I guess if you're just trying to hook up, then that'll work.
That'll
But if you're
work,
trying
yeah.
to date,
Yeah.
don't. Do you think it'd be... Dude, that sucks because a lot of people would just like to date. Like to actually have a person to hang out with and like a
I
consistent
agree.
person to make out with and like eat with and do some cool shit with. And so unless they're on a dating site, and then you got to...
You have to meet them. You have to meet them naturally, and that's what everybody says now. 'Cause
Where?
So many people are over the dating site scene.
Yeah.
Church.
Listen. I'm not
I
going
told
to church.
you, go to church and get yourself a.
Good Christian girl.
Well, that's why it's hard. So generally, you meet people in school, or you meet people when your friends are single. So the older we get, when everybody's kind of
Yeah.
paired up, and you're not going
I've
into a
watched
new
Friends.
setting,
Yeah.
it's hard.
Yeah, I could imagine. And when you get older, you know, like, what the fuck are you supposed to fucking do then? It doesn't matter. When you're younger, it doesn't fucking matter, does it?
Yeah, no.
Like, if you're like, I want to find a boyfriend, I'm sure you could pick through some things, but, like, it wouldn't be easy, correct?
No.
These poor people. Be celibate. Save your money.
It's true. Travel instead.
I don't know. Be careful what you fucking ask for. I've had clients walk in and be like, I just want to find somebody good and blue. I go, be careful what you ask for.
Right.
Because then you get it, and then you have to like take care of it.
Yeah.
And
Right.
not most of us, including myself, are not great at taking care of it, and that's what sucks. And if I'm fucking up, I can only imagine how the average Joe is. Holy shit! But those girls will stick with that guy. He's like, I know he's a good guy. I can change him. No,
That's
you
me.
can't. Is that you? Yeah. You like to change him?
You try.
You're a strong-willed person, though.
Yeah.
What? Do you just try to inspire them, or you're like, nah, I'm gonna
No, I'm gonna fucking change him.
I'm gonna
Mold him.
beat this piece of fucking iron into the
Well,
shape I
sometimes
need
you
it.
put in so much time and effort.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm too far in.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's no going back
Let's
now.
see. Right. Let's just see.
In
But
it
that's
to
why I said
win it.
I don't think any girl goes into a relationship like with that as her mission. She lands in that and she's like,
Yeah.
oh, well, how?
Yeah.
Ugh. I already let him see my butthole. I gotta work with this.
Yeah.
I'm
Is
a
that how it
priority.
goes?
He's a priority.
Yeah, that's
My
the
mom
problem.
met him and likes him.
Yeah.
Oof.
My friends like him.
I've already met his nephew. So I read something the other day that says, get to know, before you have sex with somebody, you really get to know who the person really is, not the physical. Because once you get the physical part, your brain doesn't work the same.
That's fair.
Is that true? Because it makes sense. You know what I mean? Once you're intimate with somebody, your brain's going to do a different thing. Because you'll crave it. It's like eating sugar after you're having it for a while.
Yep.
You're like this. Yes, I need some more. Yes, more of that sugar. Yes, please. More of that, please.
Yep.
Well, you got to be careful with that, right?
Some people know that. I have heard stories of men telling women or women telling men, like, I am a sexualized person, and like, I'm not having sex with you unless like we are together, because like then you're mine. And they didn't mean it to be mean. Like they like, but like then
I brand you.
I'm gonna want to be around you all the time, and I'm gonna like that.
Yeah.
That levels up. So
That's
like I
rare
don't want
for somebody to be that up front.
I've heard 2 stories that way.
Really?
Like,
Yeah.
I want to get to know you. I want to make sure that I want to date you.
I'm seeing how long I can go. I'm at 6 months, man.
You're at 6 months?
Yeah. I'm going to go a year. 1 year. So I'm going to put together
I
a
have so many
proposition.
questions. Go ahead. They're not
Go
appropriate.
ahead.
No, I
don't
will
give
not.
a fuck. Let's
I
go.
will not. I will
I don't
not.
care. So I think at the end of this season, I'm going to take a survey of all the people that have been on our show. I want to put together a worksheet with everybody's idea. I want to have a checklist for people to get through a relationship or like to start dating somebody, like things to ask and things to like truly talk about. Because most people don't. It's willy-nilly as shit. It's like going through TikTok and thinking you like know how to make cabinets now. It's like, no, you watch a 30-second video. You're like, you probably couldn't do that.
Right.
Like you might think you know how to put some tile in. Probably not.
Right.
I don't think we spend enough time, because what I'm noticing is that people don't put the work in and then they expect great results. And you can't expect great results. Why is this guy doing this? Why is this girl doing this? Well,
Well, they
because
just
you
have
don't
to-
fucking know them.
They want to meet the right person.
What is that? But you got to know what the fuck that means.
I know. But I think that's why people restart, and then they get frustrated because, like, if this didn't work, you're not my soulmate.
Yeah.
You're not my person. That's why it didn't work. And then they go to the next one. That's a real thing.
They constantly do it.
Yes. I
That's
just chalk it up
sad.
as like swing and a miss.
But isn't that sad? Or fuck it. That's just what we do.
I feel like everybody has their own approach.
That's where it gets to be fuckery.
Yeah.
Guess
But
what?
that's what, like, that's
Baseball is
what-
played one way.
Yeah, but
And it's been
relationships aren't
successful.
baseball.
Kinda.
No.
Then what we talked about, first base and second base and third base, is most definitely fucking
There's
baseball.
too many.
I'm kidding. But if you don't
Too
even
many
have a
layers.
base, if you don't have a baseline
Yeah.
to start with, that's why we try to go over these sheets, because it's
Yeah,
like this
right.
is giving you just some sort of like fucking plan.
Tools,
like red
right.
flags. Dude, if you're out at the bar and you're just trying to have a good time and you meet a guy and he's all fucking, hey girl, blah, 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 and then if you don't pay attention to that kind of shit, you're lucky you're raised reasonable. You know what the merit of a good person is. A lot of
Yeah.
people weren't. They didn't have a dad around or a mom around to like a positive influence that
Sure.
they know to go, that's fucking weird.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
because they give them their phone number, and then 3 weeks later, they're getting love bombed,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh my God, he's fantastic."
He's amazing. He makes me a
And
priority.
yes,
I
right?
love him.
Yes, he
I
wants
love
to
him
be with
so
me all the
much.
time.
He wants to put a
always brings
baby
me
in me.
things. Yep. And then 3 years later, he actually is a narcissist.
Yep.
And now you're screwed.
Yep.
Yeah. But that's what the whole worksheet's tiptoeing around is like, these are red flags of narcissism and
Oof.
yeah. And they can be. In that capacity, all of those things are very real.
Dude, I heard a guy being in fucking the bushes of like another girl. Like she went out with him and then she found out that he had like a restraining order or some crazy shit like from the girl before. And I was like, that's real shit.
Yeah. That's scary.
Gotta do your background
Like if you're
checks,
catching a
people.
case, catching a case for real over a girl or a boy. I mean, I'm sure it goes both ways.
Yeah.
I'm sure plenty of girls have smashed windows out of dudes'
Oh,
cars.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
How many of those cars do you see out?
None.
She's like, I'm too busy looking for my fucking debit card.
Right.
All right. We're going to wrap it up. So listen, look out for red flags. Don't be a fucking red flag. How about we haven't talked about that at all? How about don't be a fucking red flag?
Yeah, if you're doing this shit,
Just be a good person.
knock it off. You're being
It
weird.
goes a long
Yeah.
way. So what we've learned today is look out for red flags. Don't do any of those. If you're doing any of those things, you should probably correct it.
Because we're warning people about you.
100%. Don't buy girls drinks at bars. Don't lead with
Correct.
it.
No.
Don't lead with it.
No,
No,
you're ruining
no.
all these
Nah,
girls.
fuck them.
all
Fuck
their
'em.
time.
No, y'all want to be
They're
independent
banked on that.
ladies.
Some of them don't even bring money.
Don't care. Then go
Yeah.
home. Go home
I
sober.
can't tell you how many times I didn't bring
One
money.
night I completely blacked out. Didn't have to spend $1.
Yep. It's a
It's a thing.
real thing.
We call those unwanted pregnancy nights. And
Nope.
No.
Just put your ID in your bra and
Yep.
just go.
I go home
They'll
safe,
figure
get
it
in my
out.
bed,
Yep.
get
lucky.
cozy.
but what I'm saying is, don't lead. If you really want to date a
No,
girl or
yeah,
get to
yeah.
know a
Guys,
girl, don't lead. That's what I'm
Don't
saying.
go to a
if you want to buy a
bar
girl a
trying
bar, a
to
drink.
pick up a girl. No.
Yeah, no.
Well, if you're sitting next to him watching a football game and then we start talking, I guess that'd be different. But that's a natural way of doing it,
Yeah.
right? Because that's the thing. Most people don't know how to talk to one another. But again, if
agree.
you're looking at everything as a red flag, we're afraid to talk to you.
Right.
And I'm going to assume that most young men are afraid to talk to a decent young man would be afraid to talk to
Nervous,
a
yeah.
girl. You know, because they're afraid of being, you're too pushy or you're,
Labeled,
oh my
yeah.
God, why are you, you know, it's like, well, which one do you want? I'm trying to make you a priority.
Yeah.
Right. It's fair.
So be nice. I'm gonna put together a show for the end of this season. We got a couple more shows before the end of the season. I'm gonna throw the hotline number out. Justin just yelled at me. 234-200-5949. Send us a text. Like and subscribe. I'm sure next week when we have another show, it will be a little harder than this week because you weren't off all week.
I know. It's fair.
So it's real shit. Savannah, thanks for coming on the show. Everybody be fucking nice to each other. Oh, do you guys want to see my new dog? Bring my new dog out here, Justin. I got a new puppy. He's the coolest puppy in the whole entire fucking world.
He's sleeping.
I know. My
It's his
daughter's in
baseline.
there.
There
holding
he
him. My daughter was
is.
kind enough to come to the show taping tonight. She's amazing.
The little puppers.
Look at this dude.
Oh.
Oh my God. Have you ever seen anything
I'm gonna
fucking
hold him.
cuter
You get to
than
hold him all the
him?
time.
Seriously. He was sleeping when
Say
she came in
hi.
earlier.
Say hi to everybody.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm
Mic
gonna
check.
cry.
What's up, Princeton? He's the sweetest
Hi.
boy
Oh yeah.
ever. And I'm
I'm gonna bring
so
Bubbles
in
so
love
they can
with
hang
him.
out.
He's so cool. Look at him. Right?
Oh, he's so tired.
He's so
Stop it.
sleepy.
Oh, you went to daddy.
Hi, baby boy. He's the sweetest boy ever. His name's Princeton. He's the coolest thing ever. And I just love him. All right, you guys have a great day. And be fucking nice to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And what else? Don't give people fucking bugs, you nasty asses. Ugh. Good night.